Okay, hello everybody!
Good evening.
Welcome to the Barrel Roll NewsCast.
It is March 9th, 2012.
It is, and this is our 25th episode.
I feel like we should have some sort of celebratoriness. I mean, there's 25th
Fireworks!
Explosions!
Special collector's editions.
Pre-order. Get your pre-orders. Give me your pre-orders.
Yeah, cool. Send us money for your pre-order of our collector's edition.
It's limited.
Very limited. Extremely limited.
We don't even know how limited it is. That's not limited.
Whoever pays us the most gets the limited one.
What about the collector's one? I don't...
No, you don't even want to talk
Is there Avatar rewards and like PlayStation trophies?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And PlayStation Home, like, we'll give people, you know, like you got that sandwich? Oh. Screw the sandwich.
I got a sweet Subway sandwich.
We are going to give people...
2 sandwiches.
Yes. Taped together.
Oh man, that's the best sandwich ever.
And a wizard staff. And not the kind that you're...
Made out of
beer cans. Yeah.
Yay.
That kind of wizard staff.
That's the best wizard. It's only one kind of wizard staff.
For your PlayStation Home guy. Okay, so, we're actually not, but...
Which?
Disclaimer.
We're not?
No.
Shit.
You mean I drank all that beer for nothing?
Son of a bitch!
But yeah, it is episode 25, so that's very exciting.
And we don't know.
I don't know. I figured we'd make it this far. I didn't think people would ever actually watch us, but...
Maybe 5 people will.
We get viewers.
I like viewer.
We have more than one.
We do.
YouTube says so.
We love you.
Yeah. Or listeners. We have listeners.
Yes, a few on this audio cast.
Yes. Either who. Yes. What are you playing, Tony?
A lot of demos from my Vita, because I'm figuring out what my next game will be. I don't know, because I've been playing... Well, earlier, I don't know if it should still be up. For you guys who are owning a PlayStation Vita, you can go download MotorStorm RC for free, if it's still up. It might not be up. It is sponsored by Scion, the car thing. So when you download it, it says, all the loading screens say, MotorStorm RC, sponsored by Scion, and it's a giant, whatever that car is. I don't know what it is. Is it a smart car or like a weird, I don't get it. Anyways, I got that. It's free. It is completely different from what MotorStorm is, because you're used to driving around tropical locales or apocalyptic buildings exploding on you. No, you're controlling an RC car. So right analog stick is your accelerate and brake and reverse. The other one is left and right. So it pretty much controls like an RC car. Top-down overview. It is multiplayer for cross-platform. So people who buy the PS3 version, you can play against those people and go against their high scores and times. So which is really, 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 really cool, I think. And I think it's only like $10 too. So whenever it's off sale, when it's off sale, you can actually still buy it. You can still buy the version, but it just won't have the advertising in it for Scion. Or you could be the real people and just download it. And
advertising.
Pretty much. It's a good. I really like it. I've been playing it a lot because it really promotes competition with your friends. Is what it is. Because when you're not playing multiplayer, well, I don't even think there is multiplayer, but it's like competition. You can see their scores, but it's not just seeing their ghost on the track. You can actually see the lines where they are. So if you're in front of their line, you know that you're beating them, or if you're trying to overtake more cars than they do. It's exactly what I wanted out of a PlayStation video game. Is pick up, you play like 2 or 3 rounds, and you're done.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be super in depth until you play, I don't know, I guess on RPG or whatever that comes out. I've been playing that. More Marvel 3.
Ah, yes.
Still playing that. That's another one of those really fast games to pick up and play. Play 2 or 3 matches and power it off.
Yep. I
picked up a Move controller for $13 because I don't know if HMV is doing that in the States or everywhere else, but HMV I think is no longer selling games, so they're kind of ejecting all their video games.
I think they're going to be selling anything pretty soon.
Yeah, HMV is the next Blockbuster. Sorry, predicting it. I bought a Move, he bought the games. Granted, they're not, amazing.
I could have gotten amazing games.
We could have, but
I still wasn't gonna spend that much money on some of them. But
yeah. Well, Modern Warfare, they almost had me in Modern Warfare 3, but then I realized it was a Modern Warfare game. So
you know, honestly, they're still good games. They just don't change enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my issue with them.
Yeah, I won't pay more than like $30 or borrowing it from a friend.
Yeah. But then you don't get all the DLC.
There's DLC.
$15 map packs. Come on now.
Yeah, but the online multiplayer code is used.
Yes, you have to buy one of those too. See.
No, pass. So I've been playing around with my Move controller. I tried to download a lot of demos, and a lot of the Move demos were taken off the store.
Oh.
Like I wanted to try the Grease demo because I love Grease, and that's not on there. So I ended up downloading and playing the demo for Dead Space Extraction, which is the rail shooter.
Yep.
Of Dead Space. I don't know what it is. I don't know the chronology of it, but it's that. It's you shoot. I don't even know what the monsters are called. Xeno somethings? Xenophobes?
I've never played Dead Space.
It's not... I'm not a Dead Space fan, but it seemed fun with a Move controller. And honestly, at like $13, I was like, I will use you...
For $13, you will use it.
Yeah. I will use it like a real controller, and then I will use it for Bioshock Infinite when that comes out.
Yeah.
October 30th. Yeah. So, a lot of just little demos here and there. Mass Effect 3, which is probably on 99% of gamers' minds.
Yeah, I was going to say...
everyone's been playing that.
It's one of those ones where I'm obviously writing the review for it next week, but it's kind of useless to write the review for it because everybody owns it.
Everybody owns it, and everybody's loving it.
Yeah. There's some... I've had a few issues that I'm going to bring up.
There's one or two, though, but I think it's all...
I've had some weird glitches.
I've yet to experience... I've got a lot of weird, where the textures go into each other.
Oh, I haven't had that yet.
Well, it's just like the way the armor is placed out. It just kind of overlaps each other, and it looks really, really weird. I don't like when that happens, but that's just my personal preference, and a lot of games just do that anyways.
And I'm still not happy about some of the things they've done with characters. I put it on Twitter the other day that I don't know how I did it miraculously in Mass Effect 2, but I saved everybody in that suicide mission.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
Which is all fine and good, and I'm like, sweet, so number 3, I'm going to have, like, all these people. No. They just, like, randomly show up every once in a while. Most of them, at least.
Because they want to pepper you with new characters.
But they don't even do that. Like, my most useful people are Garrus and Liara, who come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well...
And then they're like, here's a new guy, and it's like, I try them out, and it's like, you're useless, because I'm going to use Garrus. Like...
I find it funny because the way how like put him into the game.
Yep.
What was his name, like John or
James?
James. Starts with a J. James. I want to say James.
Something like that.
That's a problem. Like we don't know where his backstory is.
Yeah. Well.
I know it probably gets explained, but it just as far as like my first hour of the game, I was like, I don't know this guy. Why do I care about him?
He's literally there because he was on the ship when it took off.
That's pretty much it.
And that's...
Well, I think that they had some history with Shepard in the past.
No.
Because the way they're talking in, like, the initial scene where it's like, oh, blah, 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 James. Well, it's like...
I think he was just kind of assigned to... Because, like, when you talk to them, that you don't get any of that. Like, you ask him about his family, you ask him about his service record, because there's one part where you actually sit there and ask him about his service record, and he sits there going, well, you should have had access to that. And he's like, well, I didn't, because I wasn't actually in the Navy at that point, because he was out of the Navy for that 6 months. Mm-hmm. So in that 6 months they met, but they weren't great friends. They weren't like
they knew each other.
Essentially, yeah.
That's what it felt. That's what it feels like. And I don't know. I don't like that about because Bioware's usually really, really good about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, explaining where people come from, why they're there, all that stuff, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, play as this guy," and I'm like, "I'm not gonna play as him. His powers are useless anyway, so I'm gonna stick."
He's like that. What's that black guy from?
Jacob.
Jacob from Mass Effect 2?
Yeah.
Is he even in the game? Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
I ran into him.
He's not bad. I miss him.
Guess what? You don't get to play with him anymore.
Surprise. Yeah, I've reports have been coming in that there's less characters.
And I'm okay with that.
Less characters.
But when I run into certain characters, especially people who were really important to the storyline when they do not pop back up, or when they do and they pop back up and they're like, here is my tiny part, goodbye. That makes no sense to me.
It's really tough for them to write that. I mean, I don't know how difficult or complex the writing process is. Now, maybe it's just because you saved everyone that maybe that changed.
I don't think that changes who you're like able to play with, like as people on your ship kind of thing.
I'm interested to see if there's a lot of inner character interactions because I know Mass Effect 2, Jack and Miranda like just hated each other's guts, and they played that off really well. But I want to see more of that.
I know, and that's what I'm kind of like. I'm sitting there going, man, I have all these so like I have Liara back on my ship, which I didn't have because obviously she wasn't in Mass Effect 2. But they made that make sense in Mass Effect 2. Like Liara went off to do her own thing, yada yada, Shadow Broker, all that lovely stuff.
Spoilers.
If you haven't played 2 yet,
it's not even.
Off.
It's the DLC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's DLC. So, but then so you play 3, and I'm sitting there going, this is gonna be great because I slept with Liara, and then I slept with Miranda. So having both of them on the ship is gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised, and I know you didn't kill off Ashley.
I killed Ashley.
You killed her off, but I'm surprised that because I did what everyone did too, slept with Miranda.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised she's not in the scene where you meet up for the first time in a long time. She doesn't backhand you or whatever. I'm surprised that doesn't happen. I was expecting that.
I was really excited about all the character interactions and all that. And I mean, I understand, certain characters, you don't want to bring them back because, yes, you now have a new character in that spot, or you have a character with the exact same power set in that spot. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But...
Vega, that was his name.
Yes.
James Vega.
But, they take out Jacob and put in Vega.
I would have rather had Jacob, because at least with Jacob, it's someone recognizable.
And you have a history with him.
Yeah, and if you developed his relationships.
And something that BioWare's done before, which I thought would be a really good idea, is the old Star Wars games, where
KOTOR?
if you went, the old KOTOR games, if you went too evil, people would leave your party.
Yeah.
They'd leave your
I was actually talking with my friend last night about that, and I really like Mass Effect 3, I like the action, I love the...
Oh, the story's been good.
I love that,
yep.
But what I really miss is the fact that in KOTOR 1, as soon as you get off your ship, you're free to do anything you want.
Yeah.
I miss that about BioWare games, and I really hope the next Mass Effect's a lot like that, where you pretty much you get off your ship or whatever it is, and you just go. Either you can go towards Alliance or Cerberus or whatever it is you want to do. I miss that about it, and
here you get Paragon or Renegade, so you can be a badass or you can be a hero type. But that's what I mean. So if you go full Renegade, Liara should leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden Miranda can come back and be like, what up? I'm on your ship now."
Or Jack's like, hey.
Or all of a sudden, you get Jacob back instead of, that's what I mean. All of a sudden you could have...
There's a lot of potential that they could have put into the game.
And they might not have wanted to do that because you could have killed everybody off.
Yeah.
That suicide mission, everybody could have died other than Shepard.
No, if you kill everybody off, except for Shepard, Shepard dies.
Does he?
Yeah.
So if you and Garrus survive...
Yeah, if you and one person has to survive.
So, let's assume Garrus... Can you kill Garrus in 2?
Yeah.
So
maybe not. We'll have to check the wiki.
Yeah.
Because Garrus is one of the big ones. Rex wasn't in there. Liara was...
Rex you can kill on a side mission in 2.
I don't think you can kill Liara. Because if you kill Liara, you can't do the Shadow Broker DLC.
Yeah, no, you can't kill Liara in 1.
Or 2.
No, and 2 you never really...
You
interact.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's not a character. That's right. I forgot about that. She's just standing in the office.
Moradin you can kill, which... I really want to play 1 through 2 again.
I will.
And do everything different and see what happens in 3 because...
There's...
Moradin, while not a playable character, still very important to the story in 3.
Who's Morden?
The scientist, the Solarian scientist guy.
Oops.
Oh, good. I want to know what happens.
Oops. He died for me.
See, that's why else this game's cool. Is just because you can sit there and be like, so did you do this?
Half the time is you playing the game. The other half is you talking with your friends with, what did you do here?
I made this choice. What did you do?
I know, I didn't do that. Oh, man. Because everyone's looking at me, giving me funny looks when I told them that I gave them the
collectorship.
I thought they were gonna.
Here's Cerberus, have a big weapon. Nothing bad will happen.
I was under the impression that Shepard was gonna stay with Cerberus.
Ah.
So it's I'm gonna watch them do whatever. So my thumb will be on them as they're toying around with collector technology.
Yeah, no.
That was my understanding.
No.
We'll find out. Apparently, I'll find out.
You will.
I hope it's only for like one mission or something like that.
See, that's kind of what's interesting to see.
So, because like they can't just like for some reason all of a sudden, one decision from Mass Effect 1 makes 3 infinitely harder just because of that one decision.
That'd be fantastic.
They can't do that.
That'd be great.
They already have the simplified narrative selector thing, which is, I guess it's okay, but if you're lazy, or don't want to yell into your Xbox.
I love yelling at my Xbox. It's the greatest thing ever.
I'm waiting for the day that someone patches that in for the PC, because there's no way that's not possible on the PC.
Well, especially since they're making a Kinect for the PC.
Yeah. So
like Microsoft's already building a smaller Kinect for
and it's designed to like be like 10 inches from your face.
Yeah.
So I'm like I'm waiting for that day that
voice commands in that game, like that is what when Kinect was coming out, and everybody's like, and then, you know, it was all like, okay, you are the controller, and I'm like, hey, that's cool, that's great, that's fun, it works, perfect. There's not many games that I really want to play doing that. Like Dance Central. Cool.
Like
my Disneyland game, I enjoy, but I'm not going to just keep buying games where I have to stand up and move and jump on my bed. So, but then Mass Effect comes out, doesn't even use the camera part of it.
Just uses the
mic. It shuts the camera's off. Like you can't adjust it or anything.
Now I want to know how most of that works, because is it processing inside the camera and then gets sent to the Xbox?
Super speedy though.
Well, that's the thing. Like it would be different if it just accepts the voice and then into the Xbox and then it churns out the data in the Xbox. Because if it does that, then there should be no excuse that it shouldn't work on the PS3 and the PC.
I don't know how it works, but it's so great because you're sitting there and
it's super cool.
Like some of those bigger enemies that you face, like the robotic ones that have like armor and shields and all that stuff, you're sitting there and it's like, Garrus, overload, Liara, do this. No pause in the action whatsoever.
What I primarily would use that for is switch to shotgun.
You don't even have to say switch.
Or just shotgun.
Yep.
Or whatever. Like that would just like make my life so much easier.
Yeah, you're running out of ammo on your assault rifle and it's like heavy pistol.
Well, because I started as an engineer in Mass Effect 2, but I wanted to try the Vanguard on 3, and that's cool. But the playstyle's completely different because you'll have your submachine gun at medium range distance.
Yep.
You'll be shooting that, and then you use your Vanguard power to rush in. And you want to switch to a shotgun.
Yeah.
Because you're right up close to the guys, and you want to.
And you gotta hold it, pause.
Yeah.
Select your
gun.
Or
I'm using mouse wheel, so I just mouse wheel one. But if I do too much, then I'll go back to my pistol, which is kind of useless.
Yeah. I like the melee combat in this game too.
I don't like it.
Really?
No, it's too. They've just simplified it to press button or press and hold button. That's all it is, and it homes in on the person. There's no dynamic comment into it. I would have loved to see something like what Gears of War does, where the person blocks and then you have to mash your buttons to whatever to counter it.
Yeah, but I mean, this is better.
It could have been cool.
I never meleeed in the other games.
That's true.
So at least now I'm actually getting up in close and.
Well, I think if you play the Vanguard, you also get a ground pound attack too.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I'm a soldier.
You can rush in with your invincible charge thing and then ground pound, hit enemies around you. So that's kind of like the melee. That's why I'm not too worried about it. What's cool is the melee is different for every class too.
So is it?
The soldier gets the blade.
Yeah.
The engineer gets a club thing.
Cool.
And
all the more reason to play something other than what I'm playing.
The Vanguard's got some sort of weird pommel rush thing.
Cool.
Which is kind of neat.
Yeah, I get that blade that my avatar has now.
Yeah.
That's right. Cool. My avatar has a blade.
My Shepherd's got a hoodie.
Oh yeah, you got the hoodie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I still like that leather jacket. I'm so happy with that casual wear.
I still don't like that Kraven one.
No, that one's dumb as.
I don't understand. When I saw that in Mass Effect 2, I was like, really?
That's for the person who wants to be like a space pirate.
But he wasn't a space pirate.
No, you're not. It's literally like a cosplay costume for your guy. This is going to be a space pirate today. And I think that was more if you're like a Cerberus guy, maybe put that on and be like,
that makes a little sense.
A renegade badass.
That would probably match with the red eyes and the red veins or whatever that happens if you go evil.
I love how your ship has been upgraded by the Alliance, and they took everything out. Because there's one point in the game, because you can upgrade your ship through Liara's room, you get the little upgrade station, and there's one, and it's a baby mission, so don't get pissed at me. There's one mission where you have to trade supplies with like medical supplies, because these people got military grade supplies, and of course your military, like your Navy, is dumb, so they've stocked you up with like, you know, serums and all that kind of stuff to stop disease, and you're like, and you know, you're sitting there going, well, we don't need this, but we could use that. So you trade, and then you go up to the upgrade station, and you get to pick between the machine that takes your scars away from the last game, or like a 5% health boost or something like that.
Health boost. I'm
of course, I'm a Paragon, so I have no scars. So I'm like, hey, health boost. And I'm like, but isn't that dumb? That machine was already in here. Why did they take it out? I had a machine that took my scars away in the last game. Why did you take it out? Although, there is an item that you can buy that improves your aquarium. So you don't have to actually feed your fish in your room anymore.
Oh, hallelujah.
Thank goodness, because my fish always died. Because I forgot I had a room.
I didn't bother. I heard about that. I was like, no, I'll just buy like these toy ships.
Bought the toy. Well, but I bought fish now because I have a thing that feeds them so they won't die. So when I go into my room, I actually have a fish tank and all the ships.
Honestly though, why would you want to go to your room? There's no room.
They make a reason to go to your room.
Other than to change your armor.
Yeah, but you can do that down in the shuttle bay.
No reason then, for now.
There is. They make you meet people up there.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
You have interactions up there. And you can play your radio.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's very exciting music.
No, it's not.
I felt very actiony. I went up to my room and it started like, I'm sitting there going, what? Is there an action? Like, are people going to like pop into my room?
No.
I'm not prepared for this.
The Kinect all of a sudden saw you dancing. That would be a good random feature.
See, and it's funny because I still press buttons to open doors. Like I can say open and doors will open.
I don't, okay, yeah.
But I don't. I press buttons.
What I don't like about the doors is that they, now I don't know, maybe it's just a PC thing and I've been playing PC for all three Mass Effects. Doors takes forever to open.
Depends on the door.
I've always found I'll walk up to the door and I'll press the open button and I'll hang for like half a second, so it's just like me rubbing against the door.
Oh no, mine
and then
like,
it'll open.
Mine you press and it does its little whirly thing.
Yeah.
While it's loading, like it's their secret loading screens.
Yeah.
It's like
the Resident Evil.
Not even Resident Evil. It's like Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah.
Where you'd shoot the door and it would be like the color would go away. Like, okay, we've confirmed you've shot it, but we're loading the room on the other side of this door. So hold up a second, and you're like. At least this one, it's like, the locking mechanism takes a bit to open this door. Yeah, totally. You shouldn't have locked yourself out of your war room.
Idiot.
So.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just the thing I found, because I'll hit the button to open the door, and then it'll take a second to load it.
And
I load it.
I'm intrigued by the romantic options if I play through again. Because there's more females this time that aren't really associated with your group. But they meet with you, and it's kind of, you can...
Oh, there's a lot.
There's a ton. Like, I literally had a part where I had got visited by 4 people, and it was, I could have had the option, like, hey, we could continue this in my bed kind of thing, and I'm like, but I'm in love with Miranda! That's my character, so that's what he's gonna do, so I just turned down, like, all these chicks that came to my room, and the gay people. Because my guy's not gay.
Well, you know what though? It is Commander Shepard. You'd want to get with a guy that saved the Earth like 5 times.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. And the options are really good because it's like, should we be like, you know, maybe we can like do something, and you're like, I think we should just be friends, and it's like, that's cool, and you're like you don't piss anybody off when you're just like, let's keep this professional, like.
I love Shepard.
I was surprised.
The eye thing in Mass Effect 3 is not fixed for me.
Which I think.
Where it's like
his eyes just wander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The eyes wander.
He's talking to someone and he's looking that like.
They've gotten better with the whole situation where like you're talking with someone and then the conversation will end. They'll turn and then they'll just walk away like nothing else happened. They're better. They're getting better with that.
Yeah.
Some of them they'll look back and say something back to you and then they'll walk away. But it's still pretty random where it's like, okay, we're done here.
And I had the best glitch. Yeah, I had the best glitch the other night, and it scared me because I really didn't want. It was funny while it was going on, but I really didn't want it to stick. But the upper lip portion of the model disappeared.
So you saw the teeth?
So all you saw was this while he was talking, and then his eyebrows. Because I have a pretty like pronounced brow on my guy.
Oh, you have a custom shepherd, yeah.
Yeah. So his brow comes out to like, it's quite pronounced, but it got even more like it's like the lip went up here or something and filled in all this stuff. So all of a sudden his eyes got like really narrow, and he lost all of this. Don't worry, we'll save you. And I'm like, ah! And it was really funny while I'm sitting there laughing my butt off, and I'm like, okay, if I finish this mission and this doesn't switch back, I have to restart my entire game because I cannot continue playing like this. But it switched back. I'm like,
that would have been fun.
me and my leather jacket and jeans.
Oh, see,
so happy with that look.
So the hoodie looks pretty sweet too.
Is it just the N7 hoodie?
It's the same one you can buy from the BioWare store.
That's what I figured.
And it looks casual,
Yep.
yet Mass Effect-y.
Yep.
That's something that because you get the note in the game where it's like, Joker's all like, oh man, to commemorate blah, 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 for 5 years you've been saving our asses. We got you this sweet gift, and you check your whatever your box thing and you got it.
Well, that's the same thing with the Reckoning armor that you
I haven't gotten the shotgun yet. I don't know if I want to go back and get it.
I'm not going to get it. But
if it's not worth it, then I'm not. Because I like my shotgun right now.
I don't even use a shotgun. So
I use a shotgun. Well, because of Vanguard.
I use heavy pistol, submachine gun, and an assault rifle. But
I like the modification options this time around with the weight. That's so neat.
The weight is nice.
The weight is very...
And I like that I can actually upgrade my weapons again. Not as crazy as I could in the first game.
No, I think it's just as crazy because you can find reflex scopes for SMGs.
Yeah, but there's only once you get a scope, you only get that scope. Like it makes your other scope go away. So like if you get an SMG scope, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like however big it gets, and the other ones just disappear.
Oh.
Unlike the first game, where remember you had that inventory that was just huge. Like you go in there and you're like, I need the like incendiary ammo 15. So you have to go through all the other incendiary ammo. Yeah. So, and then people complained because obviously that was a lot to go through on those menus. And then in 2 they're like,
goodbye.
No options then, and it's like
no customizing.
But we like the customizing. We just don't want it that crazy. So this game, you go into your SMG now and you go down to it, and it's like here's the 6 things you have for your SMG.
And that's fine.
Perfect.
I like that, but it's just there's just weird things that. I like how it changes the look too.
Yeah, that's nice too.
That's what's really important because if you get a longer barrel for your rifle, it shows.
Actually on there.
If you're using the reflex scope and you do the whole shouldering, you look through a reflex scope.
And all my people have different guns because I want my team to all look different. So Liara has all like the alien looking like smooth guns that look like they would not do anything. And it's like, here, you can have this. It looks like it's a medical type thing. Scan people with it. I don't know. And then she starts shooting people, and you're like...
I might actually play with Vega though, because I have a costume that makes him look like Terminator. Because he's got a metal eye patch like right here.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that serves no tactical purpose.
It's literally like I always pick Garrus because I like Garrus.
I do like when I find him, I will put him in.
And you get him right away.
Do you get Rex?
No, he's on the ship. I don't have a Krogan yet. I'm very upset about the fact that I do not have a Krogan.
You'd be surprised because there's that one mission that you save the female Krogan.
I just pretty much saved their entire planet. Yeah. And I've run into... Grunt.
But he's not like an actual...
He was playable.
He's not, but like he wasn't an actual... he was a clone.
Yeah, but he was still a Krogan.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
No, so I've literally like saved their planet now on my game, and...
Can you romance Krogans?
I don't... Well, there's only the one chick.
Oh, baby.
And you can totally screw that up if you want to. That's an option.
That doesn't surprise me.
So,
Mass Effect 4.
Yeah. See what happens. So many options. Either way.
They're just making their game worse. Anything else other than Mass Effect?
Mortal Kombat.
It's a good game.
It is a good game.
We figured that out last week.
Yeah,
by accident. Well, not by accident, but just like...
Kind of by accident. It was like the last game we played.
Yeah.
We had, as you guys know, we had people over, obviously.
We were gaming and Legoing.
Yeah, we were Legoing, and then we started gaming, so we went through a gamut of fighting games.
Yeah, we did a lot of fighting, a lot more than I thought we were going to do.
Yeah, we started with Marvel, then we moved on to Tekken.
We did And then Soul Calibur.
And then yeah, we did some Soul Calibur. We did some face punching.
Face Punch.
Because Face Breaker is a great game if you can find it for $2.50.
You
And
probably have it free now.
no, it's still $10 at Best Buy.
Lame sauce.
Not worth $10.
No.
And then yeah, we moved on to Mortal Kombat for like the last game of the night, and all of a sudden it was like, this is a good Mortal Kombat game.
This is not bad. That's good.
I was not like I knew they had improved it, but I really was not expecting that much improvement.
Because they've actually put in time into a solid story. The gameplay is actually solid now.
And there's more unlockable characters if you played through the game.
What do you mean by unlockable characters?
Like more than the people who were on there and in the complete collection.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have Cybernetic Sub-Zero now.
Oh yeah. I know about those ones, yeah.
But so I'm like, yes, more characters. So the next time we play,
But there's no zombie Liu Kang.
you can play zombie mode.
Yeah, but zombie Liu Kang was an actual character.
Not in this game.
Yeah, because of the weirdness of the story.
Because they go back in time. And then I thought the game was over. Because you win Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Like you go up against
Shang Tsung.
Goro.
Oh, alright, Goro, not Shang Tsung.
And Raiden's all like, yeah, we won Mortal Kombat, so you have to leave Earthrealm, go away, like for another 1,000 years or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And so you beat Goro, and then you come back up and you beat what's his face, the sorcerer dude.
Shang Tsung.
Is he the big bad guy?
What is Quan Chi?
Quan Chi, I think, is the guy that I fought. The
he's-
guy that can mimic other people.
No, that's Shang Tsung.
Okay.
Quan Chi is he's bald, and he's pasty white. He's like Kyle.
Oh yeah, him too.
He's in that game.
He's in the game.
I know.
Yeah, no, you fight both of them at one point.
I don't think Quan Chi.
No, but there's the guy with the skull and the Emperor. Like
Khan.
Yeah, that's the name. But yeah, so you fight the guy who can mimic you, and then you win Mortal Kombat, and Raiden's all like, "We've won, we've done it, we've saved the future." And then the little he has this gem thing, and it cracks.
Oh.
Like it's cracked, which means the future something bad happened. So he's like, "Now that we've won Mortal Kombat, it should fix itself." What? And then the game keeps going because I literally thought I'm like, okay, it's 5 chapters or 6 chapters. That I got to play Scorpion, I got to play as Liu Kang, I got to play as
all the iconic characters.
I got and some other lesser iconic people.
Striker.
So that he's like chapter 13 or something.
Wow.
So I just kept going, and then we won another tournament, and it's like booyah! And then the enemies are all like, now we can't go back, and we can't Khan just keeps getting more and more upset because they keep screwing up. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon show where the bad guys keep screwing up, but they just keep trying. So then one of the other guys comes up and he's like, I've got another idea. And it's like, what? Let's just invade Earth. So that's where I am right now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, but yeah, so there's more unlockable characters, and I got all the actual DLC characters. So I have to play as Freddy. I haven't played, I've gone through the store. I'm still going through the story.
The bonus characters aren't part of the story then, right? I had heard they had their own, story sections, but not...
I'm not sure.
I wasn't sure.
I'm honestly not sure.
I would imagine Kratos would at least have something because he's on disc.
I would assume. And actually all, in the complete collection, they're all on disc, which was nice. There was no downloading involved or anything like that, so...
I hate it when that happens. We all know that's the problem with Marvel.
And there's no online pass for this game. There used to be. There no longer is.
Good.
So NetherRealms took the online passes away, and if you just buy the game, you can just play it now.
Good.
Which is nice.
Super handy. No, I think there's no more online pass for the regular version now too.
Yeah, I think it's
even if you've got it now.
Yeah, no, it's just gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you go buy it used, you can just play.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Not that I online. I'm going to get totally owned at that game.
Oh yeah, no. I would. Quarter circle punch only gets you so far.
Especially but see, that's the nice thing about playing through the story mode because they make you play all the people.
Well, they did that with DC Universe's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I played the verses on that. We never actually played the actual.
There's a story. The story's not bad.
We started playing the story because I think we wanted to unlock more people.
You don't unlock. You only unlock 2 more people.
Yeah, but we wanted to unlock them.
I think it was only Darkseid and Goro.
I think so.
Or no, Darkseid and Shang Tsung.
So.
No, or whatever, Khan.
Yeah, it was Khan. Yeah.
That was
so we wanted to unlock it. So we were just like, well, let's play the story and see what happens. We'll just keep throwing the controller around to try and unlock stuff. Because no one ever does. Well, when you buy a game and you haven't played it yet, you just go straight into multiplayer and you play. Well, especially with fighting games, there's all those characters you have to unlock. So
yeah,
if you don't play the game. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, good, love it.
Good game. Anything else? That's about it.
Draw something.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. I think I'm gonna delete that game. I'm really getting annoyed with that game. If you haven't heard about it, Draw Something is like Pictionary with Scrabble.
Yeah, Pictionary kind of mixed with Scrabble on your phone.
Yeah. For all platforms other than Windows, because
It's
Windows
a Windows phone.
all 4 of you now? I don't know.
Well,
I think I'm gonna delete that game. I'm getting because I'm running into too many of the same words, and no one's balls enough to buy the dollar pack.
one person. I will if eventually. I've played it enough. They deserve my $1. So.
But only if everyone else does it, because I think it's a completely separate app.
I think so too.
It's not like buy this and unlock it.
I'm not sure.
Because if it was buy this and unlock it, you would see the new words too, right?
I would assume so. Maybe that's. I don't know.
I'm not. It's the problem with it is that it's just the same thing over and over and over. There's grind. It's pretty much like a grind for coins. It's a grind for coins.
Yeah, but I don't even look at the coins. I always look at the pictures that everybody draws because.
That's the only fun part.
Yeah.
But I'm getting tired of it. I used all my bombs accidentally.
So did I.
Like I keep pressing the button on the side.
Yeah.
There's not enough motivation to get all the color packs either, because there's no real way that they filter the color palettes. It's just one bar on the top and you keep swiping.
My Android market has been upgrading to the Google Play market.
Oh, this is big news.
Play Store, everybody. Google Play! It's a new app on my phone for no
Yeah.
reason other than, yes, I accept your terms of service.
We'll get
Oh, I totally read those.
lies.
Oh, look, it looks exactly like the Android market.
I would even almost say that it almost looks like the Windows thing with the panes.
This is what our markets looked like for a while now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've never had that experience. What the?
49-cent apps.
Oh man. Cut the rope.
Woo!
That one might not be so bad.
Modern Combat 3. Not Modern Warfare.
No, it's Combat.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the games on the PS3.
Osmos HD already have.
Really? Your tune-in radio you have to pay for it?
Mm.
Lame. It's free on the iPhone.
Angry Birds is free on my phone.
Yeah, but then it's Angry Birds.
Ooh, Pocket League story.
Don't get it.
But it's only 49 cents.
Don't get it.
49.
Don't get it. It's another one of those story games.
I know.
Have you played?
Game Dev Story? Yes.
It's
beat
that.
it.
It's
Good.
that. It's
Good.
that. It's that.
But yeah,
That's
draw something we've been
I
playing.
don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, but you just keep going back to it.
I know, that's the worst part. And I played on this thing, so my drawings are actually useful. I can actually draw something other than on the shitty little screen.
Yep.
So that's my only motivation, is just so I can draw on this giant iPad.
Anywho,
Yes,
news.
we can get into it. News.
Xbox 720, whatever you want to call it.
Next
the next Xbox.
Next generation Xbox,
Yes.
please. That's just
Again, there are reports coming out.
no discs.
No discs.
That's a good thing.
But this report said something along the lines of like an SD card with the games on it, like that kind of stuff.
I think that's the best idea I've heard in a long time.
Because I'm sitting there, I was really kind of concerned going, oh man, now we're not going to be able to it's all going to be controlled by Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Like prices, game content, all that stuff.
Which might not be a bad thing, though.
They have good deals, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like every once in a while, you can go to a store and get games when they're, when a store is having a sale or that kind of thing.
My only problem
cheap.
My only problem is when consoles go digital only.
Yes.
PSP Go.
Yeah.
Downloading is the only way to get the game,
Right.
and sometimes I just want to buy the game and play it. I don't want to wait an
Yes.
hour to download it and then another half an hour to get it ready for the console when I'm I just wanted to play it.
So I think this way, if they go with
Whatever
cards, which you can memory cards come with how much room on them now?
the Vita goes 4 gigs.
But
The Vita cards are 4 gigs.
But I mean like the ones in a camera. Like
Those
that's
can
what they're
go up to
talking
32.
about. Yeah.
Almost up to 32 now, 64.
So if you have something like that,
Or even if they somehow make those SSD drives.
Yeah.
Make an SSD drive a cheaper way to do one of those with your game on it, you get like a 500 gig size one.
Oh yeah, like you can go huge. So that's what I mean. So you could fit the whole game on there. You throw it in, and it's not like it would work like a cartridge, but you could install the game onto your Xbox that way, or do something along those lines.
And then they can solve game reusing things where it can only be installed once, or whatever it is. Or if like you want to lend out to your friend, you have to give them the code.
I think DRM would get dumb.
It's up to it would be.
I think they would be shooting themselves.
It's very tricky the way they would do it.
Yeah.
It would be back to the whole because I'm installing Mass Effect 3. I still have a code for that.
Oh, okay.
I still have to put in the code for that. So if you want to lend it to your friend, like you give them the game or whatever it is plus the code, and then it'll work.
But that's like what was it, Spore, when it came out, and it's like you get 3 installs and then you have to call us and we might give you another one.
I hated that.
And but that's what I mean. Like that's what I don't like.
It's very tricky. That's why this isn't done yet. If they're gonna do that.
But I think honestly, like, just having the game on a little disc, throwing it into your Xbox.
You mean like flash drive or whatever it is?
A flash drive.
It wouldn't be a disc though.
No, but not a disc, but like a SD card or
whatever it is.
Your little baby thing.
Or they could just make it even bigger because they could have more room in it to do things.
Just bring back the floppy disk. Yeah. Imagine how much room you could fit on something that size now.
Floppy disk, more like zip disks.
Yeah.
Zip disks.
But yeah, like something like that into a machine, install onto your machine.
Yeah.
So those of us who don't want to download everything.
Yeah.
Or when Best Buy or Future Shop or HMV has a sale, we can still take advantage of that.
Things.
Well, and see, that's why like Steam, they have great sales, but PC people can still pick up games other places. Not as many places anymore, but...
I mean, that's why I got Mass Effect. That's why I have Mass Effect. I'm not supporting Origin.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to Yvonne about it because she plays Battlefield 3 a lot, and literally she's my only friend on Origin because of that. I'm like, this Origin thing sucks balls. She's like, yeah.
But that's...
I hate it.
But that's what I mean, like, all of a sudden Microsoft could control how much all of your games cost, all that. That's just not good for...
Sony's been doing pretty good with it with the Vita. I mean, they're not currently they're not overcharging for Vita games.
Right.
Whatever it is in store, it's that price, and if it's a Sony game, it's cheaper.
Right, but then if the store all of a sudden...
Yeah, if there's like a random sale at a place, then
they're having like
it suddenly becomes more expensive digitally.
Right, but which is fine. Because you can still get it in the store for cheaper. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't want Xbox to just go download only. That would be dumb. In my eyes.
I have no idea what it would be like, though. I honestly don't know what it would be like.
So
whatever it is. But no discs, maybe?
No discs, which I'm also okay with. Because cartridges read faster.
I'd like the N64.
Yeah. Just bring back those.
I'd like it. N64.
Again, imagine how much stuff you can fit into a game cartridge that size now.
Yeah, because back then they could fit like, 128 megabytes, and they're like, yeah, man! Game Worlds!
That's like your old floppy disks where it's like you had 1.4 megabytes on that sucker.
Man, I could fit half a song.
And you're just like, yes!
And then you had 4 of those for installs?
Yeah. Yeah, your game comes and it's like, oh my god, this game's huge! And your computer's like, installing, come back in an hour and flip your floppy disk. It's like, okay, I'll change my floppy disk in an hour.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden CDs came out and it's like the entire game installs in like
half
an hour and you're like...
I saw that when the first game I got that for was Myst, and I was like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah. What is this device? How does it...
I thought that was for music.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I have to...
You can put games on these things?
Do I have to open my CD player to play, like... You know, you're... Yeah,
remember those old CD games, ROM games that would have the game, but if you put it into a music player, it would play like some soundtrack. I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever.
It just made it access like the WAV files or whatever it was in there.
Oh, don't get me started on WAV files.
Come on, man, that was like cutting edge at one point.
You let us down, BioWare.
Not me. I didn't get your collector's edition. So.
I'm not even gonna rant about that.
If that would have come in a real hoodie, I would have bought it.
Yeah, those hoodies are expensive.
I know, they're nice though.
So I want one.
There was a guy in Superstore, and I was just he would like walk by, and it's like I almost petted him.
My friend always wears it anytime we're out. I'm like, I really hate you.
I almost petted. It was like, no, I'm in public, and I don't know him.
Maybe you shake his hand and then know him and then pet him.
Hi, I'm Nick. That's not creepy at all. But yeah, no discs.
So, yeah, who knows what it is?
As long as they provide something else that you can buy in a retail store.
I very much
I'm okay.
I very much like what Sony's doing.
Yeah. And then again,
digital and physical copies.
if you go smaller, and I don't have a, but you all of a sudden your game cases get to be this big.
Look at the Vita ones.
Yeah.
Like those things are tiny.
Yeah. So like you save money on your cutting this down into.
And you know what? I also like about what the Vita's doing with their games. No manuals.
Everybody's getting into that.
I super love that. I don't know why everyone hates it. I don't care about reading materials.
For some like Mortal Kombat the other day, I really wished I had one because they used to put all the move lists in the manuals.
Yeah.
That was handy. But
that's
all of a sudden you're playing Mass Effect. I don't need a manual. Yeah. I don't need, especially the manuals that they've been coming up with in the last few years, where it's like this 4-page piece of
it's
flop.
like go to this website for the manual.
But it's not even that. They're just like, here's your controls and
go. And
here's the legal stuff. Go away. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, manuals were the gateway into the game. Like you read the manual, it gave you the intro.
Yeah, some backstory, some like basic game mechanics. That doesn't happen anymore. It's just, all the manuals are digital.
It's like the Warcraft manuals for Warcraft 3. Mm-hmm. That sucker was like that thick, and it gave you the entire backstory to everything that was happening.
Oh, I love unless you're gonna do something like that.
Yep, don't make manuals.
Yeah,
I don't need paper. I'm fine without paper.
I'm totally okay with that, and I find it funny anytime I talk to my friends like, oh man, I got a video game, but it didn't come with an instruction manual. Like, because they don't do it.
If you really need an instruction manual, go online.
Yeah,
they're there.
But the thing is with the Vita games, once you pop the card in, the instruction manual is on the card.
Yeah, like.
That's super. That's it. That's where your manual is, guys.
And that's most of the game. Like Mortal Kombat, that's where theirs is. It's in the option menu.
Mass Effect is like that too. From Mass Effect 3. The only paper that I got when I opened the game was the
online code.
The online code and the one to install a game. That's all I got.
I got the online code and promotion to play some. Oh, Reckoning.
Oh, did you get your two-day gold pass?
Oh yes, and my 2 days of free gold.
I'm gonna take that from you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go online for 2 days. I'm gonna find a Halo game and get destroyed over a weekend.
I'll lend you Battlefield. Oh no, that needs an online pass.
Oh wow.
Online passes are so dumb. But that's a whole nother story. Anywho, what else happened this week?
The new iPad. Everyone's been clamoring over it. Apple had a new press conference to display their new handheld tablet device, and it's the same thing as the iPad 2. That's all. It's slightly
prettier.
It's slightly heavier. Two main features on it is that it's now 4G LTE enabled for all carriers, so even in Canada. Yeah. So you can pre-order it, whatever, and get it then. Retina display, which is the big one.
Because
it looks.
It's so pretty.
If you've seen, modern smartphones with OLEDs or even iPhone 4 and 4S, gorgeous. Yeah. So having that on an iPad screen, just like it will be amazing.
But then another $800 price tag.
It's only $500 if you get the 16 gig, the low tier model.
16 gig Wi-Fi only.
It's the Apple tax.
Apple tier, yeah.
It's Apple tax, so that's average for this kind of stuff. Will I get it? No. No. So. That said, behind the screen, they're doubling the processing power,
right? Which
allows for better gaming, which I'm super excited for because that'll push the limits of all iOS and mobile gaming. I think. Epic Games 25th anniversary this year apparently. Epic Games, so Unreal.
What did they make before? Oh, Unreal. That's right.
Unreal. Gears of War. They announced their new. What do you call it?
Infinity Blade.
Dungeon Siege or Dungeon Crawl.
It's just called Dungeons.
That's what it's something like that. Huge change for the series actually, because it's no longer a rail slasher. It is a over-the-top dungeon crawler. So it is now looking exactly like Dungeon Siege, or those other generic dungeon crawlers. Yeah. So I'm not excited for that, because. That's what sets Infinity Blade apart from all these other fantasy games, is that it looks absolutely gorgeous up close. Yes. But now the camera's pulled back and only zooms up when you're doing those special moves.
So you're like someone, and I'm surprised Apple hasn't honestly come up with something yet, but like a controller for your iPad.
Well, I think they're still running off Steve Jobs' ideas, where Steve Jobs hates buttons. He hates buttons.
I know, I get that, but to play games, depending on game, like...
You can still buy those, like, really weird icon controllers.
Yeah, you can get those ones, but...
So...
But I'm just surprised they haven't made their own proprietary, like, here's a button with, like, here's a thing with some buttons you can press other than just on the screen, because I'm still not a fan of...
I'm not a fan of that either, but at the same time, Apple will never do that.
You never know.
I don't...
The more they move towards gaming, they're finding this whole, like, people actually buy games. So I think the more complex games that start coming out, you kind of need a controller.
Yeah, that's true.
There's only so much you can do with a touchscreen.
But now this gets into this, like, realm of, like,
how much space do you want?
The space. You can do a lot of stuff with the touches on the screen.
Yes.
So that's the advantage there. But at the same time, you'll find that they'll never put buttons, or short of, like, there were even rumors that they were going to get rid of the home button for this iPad.
So when you yell at it to turn it on?
No, this button will still be there.
It's a button. No buttons.
Yeah, but they don't like...
On!
So that's coming out. You can pre-order it now.
Yes.
Every country can pre-order it. Comes out on March 19th. 16th. I got the number upside down. It's March 16th. So super fast, super soon. And, like, based off of all the rumors that have been going on, like, I'm surprised it's taking that long even. Because everyone's kind of been breaking into the Foxconn, the building facility, and, like, stealing parts out of it. Like, guys, it's going to look like this. Except they're, like, covering up something else because there's nothing there. It's just the framework. I'm like, you guys are dumb. So,
and then
I think...
Go ahead.
Well, they're more Apple stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say they talked about Mountain Lion.
No, they don't. They glanced over it.
I know, they glanced over it.
Kind of movie news. They're updating the Apple TV again.
Yes.
Which it's actually, I guess it's welcome because they're changing it to look more like iOS platforms. Because the icons are going to look like the square icons that you see on iPhones and iPads.
And yeah, we just got another baby push for Mountain Lion.
Yeah, just a little bit.
This is what it does. You already know that. Go away.
Yeah,
there's not a huge amount of updates in this one.
No. Well, I think the one feature that I really want, and I'm still scared to upgrade my desktop to whatever OS it supports.
Yeah.
iPhoto, not iPhoto. iCloud stuff. My desktop doesn't play well with iCloud, so unless I go to the iCloud website, and then I can access my files there. I've been hearing that Mountain Lion and stuff fixes all of that, or not even just fixes, but, like, adds functionality to go into iCloud manually rather than through a browser.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about it. I'll always have a browser on me, so.
Yeah, I'll wait and see what, like, when it actually comes out, exactly what it's gonna do.
And like we said before, more functionality between cross-platform games announced with Game Center updates. No Siri on the iPad. That's another thing. There's no name. They're just calling it iPad.
Yes.
There's no numbers. There's no HD. Siri did not make the cut into this new iPad, seeing how it's more powerful than the iPhone 4S. I find that really, really weird. Seeing, like, because the reason why it's not on the 4 is because you need the A5 processor, whereas this one is like a quad-core A5 processor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's got like an A bajillion 5.
Why does it not have Siri? I love that about Siri. Just doing random shit with it.
Are people using it?
I would.
I know you would, but the people using it.
People should. I don't know anybody with an iPhone 4S.
I know people and they don't use Siri.
Well, they're dumb.
Like,
Siri is so useful.
But they, like, I don't think they just like talking to their phone.
I would totally talk to my phone. I'd be like Raj.
Like, to me, I sit there, if I have problems, I just hit the internet. Like, I go on my computer, hit the internet, find problem, fix problem.
Yeah, but it also Siri goes on to Wolfram Alpha.
I know.
Which is, it solves almost all the problems of the world. It even tells you what planes are above you.
I know, but, like, I don't know. I'm surprised it's not in there unless they just couldn't. I don't know.
I'm really surprised it's not in there.
Isn't the iPad just really a bigger iPhone? So
yeah.
Unless.
And even so, it's using the 4G LTE. So for them to send the data up and down, it should be even faster.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Unless they're just not saying anything, or if
they've said no. Like, the people who tested it on the show floor, they couldn't hold the button down and Siri would not pop up.
Maybe they had Siri turned off.
No Siri in there. You can't turn on. You can't even turn Siri off.
Yeah, you can.
For us. You can? I would never turn you off,
Siri. Yeah, there's an option. Off.
Weird. Yeah, but I don't know. I really think that's weird.
So you don't accidentally pocket dial Siri.
With an iPad?
No, with your phone.
Oh, I know it's thin, but it's not that thin.
I have really big pockets.
So my takeaway from this entire thing is that next iPhone will have 4G LTE.
Yes.
So excited for that to happen this November or whenever it is. I've got enough Fido bucks to save up to get a free one. So I don't care. I'm excited. I'm super excited for whatever LTE phone. Super fast.
I have an Android.
Yeah, but it's not LTE. Yeah, I don't do that with my technology. Actually, I do that with my Vita. But that's beside the point. And what else is coming out? GDC has happened this week.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened out of GDC.
Some stuff did, but there's not a lot of, like...
There's a lot of cool things coming out of it, but...
You really gotta search!
I only know 2 things.
Like, usually this kind of, like, GDC happens, and every website that involves gaming and that kind of stuff is like, GDC! Nothing.
There's only...
I forgot until I read one article.
I knew about it, but there's only 2 things. The one thing that we can bring up right now.
Yep.
And another thing which I can bring up another day, like later on if you want.
So, Maxis.
They make good games.
They have made good games. Well, no. Honestly, The Sims was a good game.
They got out of hand, though.
It got stupid, but it was a good game.
It got way out of hand.
Yeah. But they've announced that they're coming out with the next SimCity game, and it's actually like SimCity 5.
Yes.
So.
And there's even reports of it being... excuse me.
Breathe.
There's reports of it being cooperative. Multiplayer. SimCity.
See, I've always thought that was kind of a good... That would work.
That seems like a great idea. That way you can have vaster cities.
Well, no, because in 4, what they ended up doing was you got a country, you got a region.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd build a city, and then you could escape that city and go to the next like little block next to your city, and build another city, and then connect the 2 of them. And then they could trade stuff. So you go, man, this would be great, like online. If you could do that online, all of a sudden it's like, man, I need someone to take my trash. Will you take my trash? Yeah, I can take your trash, but it's going to cost you this much a month, kind of thing. That would work. That'd be cool, online-wise. I'm not sure exactly how you'd have it work.
Well, I mean, it's Maxis. If there's a way to figure it out, they will figure it out. They're pretty clever at that.
I'm just happy that it's actually like 5, and they're not doing any more of the SimCity Society junk.
Or Sim Ants.
I don't mind, like, even some of those.
Some of those are not bad.
Like, Sim Theme Park was fun. Sim Tower was stupidly dumb, but fun.
It was so weird.
I still have that game on a disc somewhere. I don't think it runs on any of my computers. It's too old, but...
what else are you looking... It looks really good.
Yeah.
The new SimCity looks...
look pretty, though.
SimCity this time around just looks... Imagine...
And the best part is Maxis makes games for Macintosh computers.
Yeah, they started there.
Yeah.
So
they're still on 2 separate discs, which pisses me off. Like, you have to spend, if you want it on your PC and your Mac, you have to spend $100 or $120. Because you have to buy game A and game B.
They're probably going to change it.
I'm hoping they fix it, because even the last Sims
they're owned by EA,
aren't they? Yes.
So EA will do that.
Yeah, so.
EA, if they're smart.
Yeah, why buy 2? Either way, I'm buying the Mac version, because I love my SimCity.
SimCity. I think we all grew up with SimCity at one point in time.
I remember I had.
I always built up a great city, and then Aliens.
I had the illegal ROM of SimCity for the Super Nintendo.
Oh.
Played that for so long, and then all of a sudden, I think I skipped 2000, and then I played 3000, and it's like so.
I have SimCity on my iPad actually.
I have it on my iPod Touch.
I'm surprised I don't play it because it's a bigger screen.
And then when 4 came out, I was like, yee! And I will wait, like, SimCity 5 will come out, and I will wait for the expansion, because then they box them together. But, yeah, SimCity.
Yeah. I'm surprised I don't play it. Anyway.
But yeah, connecting the cities was great, so yeah, with online functionality, it'll be...
Like, I don't know if it would be, like, your own world that you would go back on every time, or it would be, like, at the same time.
I don't know. It's tough to say. Yeah, that's SimCity 4.
This is SimCity 2000.
Is it 2000?
It's only 2000.
Oh, doesn't look like.
It just they redesigned it for the iOS.
That's what I mean. It looks like 4.
Oh yeah, it looks like 4.
Because other than SimCity Societies, the game mechanic hasn't really changed. The game just gets smarter. Like your little sim people get smarter.
Yeah.
Because in SimCity 4, this is how it works. This is how you know if you have traffic jams, what to do. But like everybody only turns like a certain direction when they're driving through traffic. Just because that's.
I think I would like to see them more do that, but with buildings.
Oh yeah.
Like if you can design your own buildings now.
You could do that in 3000, and then they took it out.
Oh. Bring it back.
3000 had a building, like it was a separate thing that you installed, and you could build buildings. It took forever because it was a horrid application, but...
No, bring it back, guys. They can do it.
And I think online, they might not do it online just because they might be scared of what people do. It's like when Spore came out and people were making giant penis monsters and trying to get them through. Like, you know, all of a sudden, like, this 7-year-old's playing his game, and it's like,
boobies?
Yeah, what's there?
Well, I don't know. I would build my own.
But with the way Spore worked...
Or you can't just make it so that you can't use custom buildings online.
Yeah. But with the way Spore worked, online is intriguing. Because Spore did a non-intrusive type online.
Yeah, because it's
game.
Like, you're still playing single player, but at the same time it's multiplayer.
Yeah, because all of a sudden stuff's just appearing that wasn't there before.
Or disappearing, or whatever it is.
Yeah, so.
So that'll be nice. So that came out of GDC.
Yes. What else has come out? Because I said, I just
the guys who did Quantic Dream, or the Quantic Dream guys, these are the guys that handled Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain. They've released a new tech demo for the PlayStation 3.
Right.
And it's called Project Kara. And as it is with what was it, Heavy Rain?
Yeah.
I don't remember what their tech demo for that was, but they released that, and then Heavy Rain came out of the technology that they built off that. So what Kara is building an android and showing human emotions, and I'll show you this later if you haven't seen it. It's like one of the most mind-blowing experiences you'll ever see. It looks really good because they've somehow been able to transfer human emotions onto a video game. Is really what it comes down to. And yes, you can still tell that it's a fake video game. There's computer generated whatever, but it just looks. It's kind of like watching LA Noire for the first time, except without the janky body movement. It's all of that.
Come on, Peter Molyneux did that with what's its name on the Kinect ages ago.
Oh please.
Come on now. Remember that creepy kid, Milo?
Milo. That wasn't. But they said that was going to be a game. This is a tech demo of something that's to come.
Yes.
So they've come out and said that David Cage has said that this is something that they're working on something.
I think.
And this is this is going to power their next game.
I think Peter Molyneux expected it to be a game. No one else really expected it to be a game. What are you going to do?
Here, have this picture, kid.
Yeah. Hello, kid on my TV. You know, get really pedophile creepy with it. Like,
I have no idea what they're expecting with Milo.
Because honestly, that would have been, like, you know the little paperclip that we used to have in Word?
I loved flattening him.
But have something like that just on your, like, have him just as, like, an extra app on your Xbox.
I see you're trying to load a game.
But, like, that's what you could have done with Milo. He could have been an assistant on your Xbox. Like,
yeah, it could have been something far simpler, but at the same time complex at the same time. They could have done something really powerful with it, but they didn't. Yeah. But this tech demo for Kara is... I urge you all to see it. Because if Sony works with Quantic Dream, hires back the guys who did LA Noire, because they're obviously not doing anything now. They bring those guys back with their technology. I think that would... Whatever game baby that comes out of that would be like the best thing ever.
Either be really good or completely horrific.
It is a game baby, so. But yeah, like go out and see it. It's only like 2 minutes long, and I'll show you later.
Yeah.
But what it is, and I can't stop thinking about it because it's just mind blowing how awesome it is.
There were rumors this week about something, Tony. What were they? What were the rumors?
We got Steam, Valve.
Yes.
I think Valve wants to do the console project. Do they want to do Valve console project with Steam?
No.
No. So earlier this week, there is a huge rumor of, is Valve going to make a console? Because they have plans for this thing called a Steam box. I don't even think it was called a Steam box.
That's just what everybody kept calling it.
Because,
all of a sudden it was like, Steam box.
But there was this screenshots and patents for this thing that looked like a computer.
And if you read the patent, it was a device that you could install Steam on along with all the other programs
that you would use in an operating system. But people kind of blew that out of proportion.
Big time!
It was huge. And it even went down to the parts where is Steambox going to be part of the PS3?
Yeah.
And that was like, no, that's not going to happen yet. That's probably like a couple years down the future, but when Steam and Sony are like, nah.
I was going to say, everybody, like, if Steam is going to get onto consoles, they really have to start talking to these people. Like, because, PlayStation's not going to give up the money they're making out of PSN.
No. I mean, it worked really well for whatever Portal 2 did. Right. That was cool.
But you're never going to have the Steam store on your actual console
you're not going to have a button.
Until the two of them
figure out whatever difference is. Then it's still possible.
It's a money thing.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Because PSN doesn't want to lose money. Steam doesn't want to lose money.
Yeah.
How can they both?
They will never work in the same device. So Valve has come out and said that this is just a computer, is what it is. They're using it to test out future versions of Steam and prototype versions of their software on enclosed boxes. Is all this is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's it.
Future revisions of Steam is what it is for.
Yeah.
It is not something to be sold. It is not something to be...
Hey, you don't buy it.
You can't find it on eBay.
No.
Don't look for it on eBay.
No.
So...
No.
Guys, just calm down.
As great as Valve is, they could not... 4 consoles could not compete in a market.
It's already room enough with the iPad and Android.
Mm-hmm.
It's already big enough room for those guys, and they're kind of off to the side, and they're fine with that. But if you put in a 4th one, we saw what happened to the Dreamcast.
Yeah, and that was funny because Sega was in that fight for a long time.
Yeah, they were
Nintendo's rivals forever.
They've done consoles for a long time, and then they just threw in the towel and said, "That's okay, we'll put Sonic on everything."
Yeah, Sonic, whore him out. Whore him out.
Sonic and Mario the Olympic game.
Woo!
So that's all this is.
I'm not disappointed by this news.
No, it's not. That's the best part. This is telling us that there's going to be other things for Steam coming up.
Yes, there's Valve still working on Steam.
Surprise. They're not done with hats.
Get a Steam box. Get hats!
Take my money! Shut up and take my money.
Now see, that would be funny. Buy a gaming console, get TF2 hats.
No, just get TF2 hat.
See, and that's the other thing too, is if Steam were going to come out with a console box thing...
They're not going to half-ass it. I don't think they're going to half-ass it.
They wouldn't half-ass it, but it would come with a keyboard and a mouse.
Yeah, that's kind of...
It's a computer.
That you need that stuff for Steam, and I don't know what they do with the... Yeah.
Like for Valve games, you need a mouse and a keyboard. I have played Team Fortress 2 on my Xbox. It is not good.
You can play it on the PC with a controller. It's better, but it's not much. Doesn't fix anything. It makes you slower still.
You're still slow.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad.
But like it's
compared to everybody else, if you're playing a controller with people with keyboard and mouse,
you're screwed.
Yeah, unless you are some sort of wizard.
A savant of controllers. I don't think those even exist, but unless you play the wizard kid. And the guy with the power glove, because he could totally own you with that.
No, but they just play games. They'll just play Team Fortress 3 or something that they've never played before.
Oh, that's right.
A game that has never been released before.
You know what? Honestly, that's what Valve should do for Team Fortress 3 if it ever when and if it ever gets announced. Is make a movie, and all of a sudden it's like from the people at Valve. Some stupid movie where this kid goes around the country playing video games, and the final thing is
man, he's played every class for 900 hours. Yeah.
He knows everything. Team Fortress 3.
What? Deathmatch.
Essentially the Wizard 2.
Yeah, that would happen. Those actors are still alive. They're old now.
Yeah, but...
It would be amazing.
You could reboot that. You could literally just keep rebooting the Wizard every couple of years and just advertise a new game at the end of it.
That's what it works so well with Mario.
What is this? That's not the Mario I know. So I'm not disappointed by this.
Steambox.
Yeah.
Steambox.
I thought it was... I'm sitting there going, no, please don't. And I read it, and then I read it, and I'm like, that sounds like a computer.
Well, even just the pictures that people were taking, I'm like, looks just like a fancy desktop, guys.
You can install Origin on it. You can install, So maybe they're trying to make their stuff work better with other
Maybe.
like things on, like because they said like specifically it runs Origins, it runs this, it runs that,
test.
That. So
it's a test thing.
Maybe they're just trying to make sure that Steam works good when Origins is running. Like they're not.
It kind of works well right now.
I know, but you never know in the future. They want to avoid conflict of.
I tried putting Mass Effect 3 because you know how Steam you can put
games that aren't Steam games yet
onto there. I tried doing that with Mass Effect 3. And then I've loaded Mass Effect 3 from Steam, and the Origin overlay overtook Steam. I'm like, oh.
They saw you coming.
Damn it. I can't talk to my
Steam friends.
I can't talk to my Steam friends while I'm playing this game.
See, it's funny, because I could, like, that's one thing that I loved about WoW. You could throw it into Steam and run it through Steam.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah.
But not
Which was great, because you're sitting there, like, talking to your friends on Steam while you're playing Warcraft.
I used to do that, too, with Steam, where you could, like, you would make a Word document, call it like StarCraft 3, and put the shortcut into Steam, and it'll say non-registered games or StarCraft 3, and you watch how many messages going like, what the fuck?
How did you get StarCraft 3? 2's not even out yet. I work for Blizzard.
Troll.
Yeah.
Troll. That's funny. I think they closed that up. They closed that hole.
Speaking of hardware sales,
things they're selling. Some companies are selling a lot. What company is it?
3DS has been around for almost. It's been a year.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Soon.
Almost this month.
This month.
This month or next month? Either way. Soon. This month. Soon. 3DS. A year. It'll be around 4.5 million units sold in North America. I believe was the number.
There's 2 in this household right now.
There is.
So we helped.
We did. Day one buying.
Uncle Sam helped. We helped Uncle Sam.
And through Uncle Sam, Japan, because that's where Nintendo is. So
they manufactured them here, I think.
I don't know. Either way, 4.5 million.
That's a lot of units.
That's pretty much.
That beats a lot of other sales.
It's almost double what the DS sold at this point in its lifespan. So
like after
a year, yeah.
And I
think they were at 2.3 million units sold at that point. So like, big jump.
And you know that doesn't surprise me because as more people get into video games, they're gonna see that.
Oh yeah, those numbers just keep jumping.
Like, oh man, I saw that guy playing whatever that is. I want to play that now, and then like on the bus or at school or.
No, you see people like Resident Evil. People watch you and they go, "Really, Resident Evil on like a thing?" And
I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. I'm like, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3. On my thing.
But yeah, 4.5 million.
Yeah,
big number.
The Vita's also obviously just came out, so it's obviously not that much in numbers, but the sales are really, really strong on that right now, actually.
In North America, they're good.
Yeah, that's very
Japan,
strong.
not so much.
Weird.
Still.
So weird.
PSP still outselling it in Japan. Like, I thought you guys liked that thing over there.
You love your
You love the PSP. What the heck happened?
They're waiting for Persona 4.
Like, is that all it's going to take is one game to come out?
I think it's what's going to do it.
Cause
it did it with the 3DS when Zelda came out.
Right, but...
That did it.
Yeah, but I'm sitting there kind of like... Well, and then the price drop.
And the price drop helped.
For the 3DS.
The price drop come after or before Zelda? I think it came after Zelda.
I thought it was right around the same time.
No, it came after, I think.
Did it? Yeah, it came after.
It came after, like right after, because the Zelda bundle came out right after it. Right during the price drop.
Yeah. So... Good for Sony in America because the PSP wasn't doing well over here.
Good for Nintendo too.
And yeah, Nintendo obviously because they were worried.
That's gonna be one of their points at E3 this year. Yeah. We sold 5 million units.
Oh yeah, Reggie.
In a year.
You know Reggie. Reggie loves his numbers.
We sold 5 million units in 1 year.
Yeah. In 1 year,
we did this many.
Can you believe? And it's all thanks to you guys. It's like no, it's because you put games out.
Surprise. Star Fox, Zelda, Luigi's Mansion 2 eventually.
See, and at least like it's funny because I always made like when I bought my 3DS, there was
one game.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing.
There literally was.
And it was hilarious because I kept going, okay, but there's games coming down the pipeline, and the only reason I actually got one two because mine came in the mail. It was bought day one, so
I had mine.
But the only reason that I got mine day one was because I knew the games were literally like 2 months, 3 months away. And I didn't want to not have a 3DS when they came out. Whereas when the PS3 came out and it had nothing, And everybody's like, but games are coming, and it's like they haven't even given you release dates for anything yet. That's what made me laugh.
Well, it was funny because I remember back when they were interviewing people for the PS3, they're like, what are you getting the PS3 for? I'm like, man, I'm getting it for Gran Turismo 5 and Metal Gear Solid 4. And I was watching those and I was like, okay.
You're going to be waiting a really long time.
And the reason why I got a PS3 is because I didn't have an Xbox and I wanted to play like, modern games.
Right.
And that's why I got it. Because I could play Rainbow Six, which I still have, and I can play if I wanted to. All those games, and I still love them.
Right.
And but I wasn't... And yes, I did get it for Metal Gear Solid 4, which eventually came out.
But see, like, yeah, you already didn't have the ones... Like, that's what just made me laugh, is people are sitting there like, well, it's a Blu-ray player. And it's like, but that's all it is right now.
Yeah,
for you, that's all it is.
And at that time, I didn't even have an HD TV. I had a shitty little, like...
No one had an HD TV when that thing came out. Like...
No one had one from an Xbox. It took, like, a year for people to start getting cheaper HD TVs.
Yeah, because all of a sudden they got cheap. That's when I got... Like, I had my Xbox playing on that thing over there.
Yeah, my PlayStation 3 was on that
my
thing.
27-inch or 20-some-inch.
Mine was smaller than that,
yeah.
I think. And...
Like, I was playing off the same TV I played my Super Nintendo on. And then all of a sudden it was like, I think I got Grand Theft Auto 4. I think that was about the time I bought my first HD television because I couldn't read the text.
I did that with Oblivion 2 on the PS3 where I was like, I had the game, but I knew I was getting my HD TV like later that week. I was like, I will not spoil it.
Yeah.
I will want to play this game.
And that's the only... Because I'm sitting there going, man, this game... Like, people keep telling me how great this game looks. And I'm playing on an older television. And it's like, this game... I mean, it looks good, but not like... Wow. And then all of a sudden I went and bought myself my own television. And it was just like...
Oh, I get it.
I get it now. I understand what people are talking about.
It's funny. It's funny how, like, our perceptions of games change with the TVs. Because I was watching... Now, I don't know why I wanted to do this, but I was searching up Game Gear stuff.
Yeah.
And I came across the Game Gear TV.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew that I had a TV in option.
Yeah.
But I've never seen someone hook up an Xbox 360 to it. And the guy was trying to play it on his little Game Gear. I'm like, wow, you are a warrior, sir. You are playing online Halo on a Game Gear. I miss those days. Because now, what do we have left to blow our minds, right? Other than 3D, which is like...
It'll never be graphics.
No, it will... Like, it's reached that point, and like that Kara demo, it's getting to that point where it's going to be so realistic, we will still tell the difference between, like, video games.
Like, the point where graphics are at now...
I think even a little higher than now, but...
One more put, like, you got Team Bondi that did...
Yep.
LA Noire. With the faces.
Yeah. And
you put that with a company that can actually sculpt bodies.
Yeah.
You've got yourself a game, and you could do it. Don't get me you could do it on this generation.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Don't even.
Like
if you can get that facial recognition stuff going on in this generation. Well, look at Heavenly Sword. That was a gorgeous game. And
Heavenly Rain even looked great for its motion capture. Uncharted does really good motion capture too.
Yeah.
Their team does really good.
That's what I mean. Like, I am happy with the point that graphics are at now.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And
so
it
can
get a little bit better, and then who knows what's down the pipeline, right?
And I think that's why Nintendo keeps trying all this
new things.
Well, they have to, because they sit there. People go, well, then Wii U's not like it's going to be more powerful than the Xbox 360, but not by a ton. And you go, but it doesn't have to. Like, graphics wise, you don't need a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm. My concern right now is when it comes down to the next generation PlayStation and the next generation Xbox.
Yeah.
We were lucky that the PS3 and the Xbox 360, they worked well together in terms of like the games they can make cross-platform. I'm worried that when either of those come out, they're going to be wildly different from each other. Like one will go like ultra high graphics, and then something will do something completely left field. You won't get cross-platform games anymore. And you won't that's what I'm worried about at this point. Like I don't. For the Wii U, that's fine.
Yes, because we already are used to playing our Wii all by its lonesome. So
yeah, so that's fine by itself, but I'm just worried about the next generation. Like if they split off completely different ways, what would happen?
I don't know. And see, I think that's why like the Wii U is such a nice with the controller now, and you can still use your Wii remotes.
Yeah, that's the good part.
So like all of a sudden you can have Battlefield 3 on your Wii U, playing it with a controller. But then so you still now you get the actual console experience that you want, along with the gimmicky look. I've got the wavy arm controller mechanic things, and you get the added little. Essentially, you get your Game Boy Advanced built into your controller.
I find that funny because that's what Apple's been doing all this time with Apple TV.
Yeah.
I find that really weird.
Except now it's just, and Nintendo tried it ages ago, and I loved the whole Kinect thing.
It was way too gimmicky for me.
Depends on there were some games where it really worked well.
But it was so particular.
Oh yes.
That was a problem with those games. Is that you needed to have this unit, you have to have this many games, you have to have the cables, you have to, and this feature only worked for this game.
Oh yes.
That was the problem with those.
See, Splinter Cell had it, and their app was really nice. Their thing, because you plugged in your Game Boy, and it gave you a little map with a beep on it, where people were, which you couldn't get in the game. It was that, and that's pretty much all it was. The other little options there were completely useless.
I like the Zelda ones though, the Four Swords, where you would go underground, you would go underground, then you would switch to the Game Boy, and then you go up ground, and then you go back up to the TV.
Yeah, because you disappear on the screen up top, but you could go down.
See
that part. That's what I mean. That part worked, except all of your friends needed Game Boy Advance.
You needed 4 cables.
You needed 4 cables. That's why I think this tablet controller, we might only be able to have 2 of them per console, I think is a great idea.
Well,
because then you don't need people to come over with bring your Game Boy and your thingies and this game and that game.
I'm really interested to see how Apple contends that, because that's pretty much what AirPlay mirroring is.
Yeah.
We've seen there's games that are out there right now that what's it called? It's a racing game, but what it is that you have your racing game on your TV hooked up to your Apple TV, but your controller has your map, has your rankings, and you can use your steering.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how Apple contends with that, and the touchscreen on the iPad leagues better than whatever Nintendo's going to do. I think.
We don't know,
because I think from the first reports, when people were playing it, it was the same kind of touchscreen as the DS and 3DS.
I think so, but that could change.
It's possible it could change.
We have no idea what that thing even looks like anymore.
Yeah, it could be something. It could have a third analog stick or something. I don't know. Like the GameCube. Some weird C stick.
Oh, the C stick. The C stick.
So, that's cool.
Yeah. Should we go on to the next thing?
We'll move. We're going. It's terrible, but still on Valve a little bit here. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Go. They're working hard on it. The beta's on right now, so check your emails. You might have the beta invite. They have announced that it is no longer cross-platform between the PC, PS3, and Xbox due to developmental and possibly even contractual issues. Probably because of Microsoft. Let's be honest. Sony would not have a problem with it, obviously.
The only thing that I could see stopping them from doing that is what we were just talking about with controllers versus a keyboard and mouse.
And I for such a specific case with Portal, it works because
Portal's
you only
Portal's
it's slow. You only have 2 of
you.
You can work together. That's fine.
Yeah.
But with people the fast-paced action of Counter-Strike, it's hard for controllers to keep up. And they've already said, they have said that the PS3 will support keyboard and mouse, which is cool, but not everyone will have a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, not everybody's going to go and grab keyboard and mouse.
I will already have one, but I'm not, I'm a specific case because I already have that stuff hooked up to my PS3.
Yeah.
I already have a mouse and a keyboard just for entering data and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But not everyone will have that.
And then, of course, that leaves PlayStation 3 people playing with Xbox people, and you can't have that.
No. That's happened once. So, and that was so particular.
So, that's what I like, especially with a game
it's going to be huge is what it is. And
it's
possible that they could patch that in, but I really don't think it'll ever happen.
And I think that's mostly the reason is because, if it was something slower paced, or something that not a first-person shooter, then you'd have PC people playing with PlayStation 3 people.
Yeah. Even that would be fine. Between PC and PS3, that would happen. But
Xbox is X. Microsoft is Microsoft, and that's
until Microsoft eases its foot off of its we want to be the only online person. All that stuff. We'll find out. Because they're pretty strict about Xbox Live.
They're very strict with Xbox.
So.
But I enjoy their service, so
Yeah.
not really, you know.
It doesn't matter to me. If I get to play the game online, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
honestly, a game like Counter-Strike should be played on a
it's
computer.
it came off of a computer anyway.
It should be played on a computer, yeah.
And if I do play it on the PS3, I will play it with mouse and keyboard. I haven't decided even if I will be playing this game.
Yeah. Yo, I'm not going to play it. Not because I don't like Counter-Strike. I suck at first-person shooters.
Well, they could totally do Blue Shift again. Oh, that was a terrible game.
So, like, it's nothing against Counter-Strike. It's my first-person shooter skills. I'm competent on some. Counter-Strike, I know I'm doomed.
Team Fortress 2, you're probably better.
Team Fortress 2, at least I can hide in a corner, set up a turret, and pray.
Dear Buddha.
Yeah, whereas Counter-Strike, I hide in a corner.
You still get shot halfway across the map.
Yeah, like, there's people that have been playing that game since they were 2.
Like it's funny watching, like, I will log into Counter-Strike. It's funny watching how good these people are. Because I'll, all of these die in, like, the first 10 seconds. Watching them replay, you see them, like, turn this way, throw a grenade up here, and you watch it bounce across the map. I'm like, how do you know that?
Like, they should just have spectator mode.
Yeah, you can do that.
They should just sell that, though. Like, screw the game. Buy spectator mode for $5. Watch them.
Well, you can just watch them on, like, Justin TV or
I know.
Twitch.
Like, through the actual online client, you could sit there with other people. And people would pay $5 for that.
Well, people would pay $5 of that so that they can find ways to broadcast it and make money.
Yes.
Is what that would come down to. So.
It would come down to.
I don't even think it would cost that much money. I think it's probably like $20.
Oh, yeah.
That's my bet.
So.
$15 for PlayStation Plus. So, that's sorry if you were actually looking forward to cross-platform play, which never was actually going to happen. I never saw it happening.
No, yeah, I was gonna say when they say cross-platform, I'm pretty much like you were with Duke Nukem. I need to see it on, like, I need to actually have it in my hand and be able to do it because there's been so many promises where it's like you'll be able to play this and this.
Like
when Portal 2 actually did it, I was shocked.
I was completely like bald. And then, like, when we were playing it, I could hear you on your TV while you're playing on your Mac.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that you talking?
What's going on? Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to happen for Portal 2. And I'm sure that Valve could do it cross-platform.
Oh, no
It's just
problem.
logistics is what it boils down to.
All 3 companies could do it, no problem. But
anyways,
we've reported THQ having some issues with money. That you draw tablet thing, the fact that they have, like, a stock value of almost nothing.
Ooh, speaking of which.
Check some stocks.
Fact checking.
Well, now they're getting sued by Adidas for not finishing a game.
Can we sue them?
I think we should start suing everybody who promises us something and doesn't deliver. Are we in the green?
Yeah,
where are we?
Slightly in the green.
That's still not enough.
They're 50 cents a share.
We need to make it to $1 by, like, the end of this month. Or they won't even report what it's at anymore.
They don't need to. It'll cost them more.
Either way.
Anyway, THQ.
$10 million lawsuit headed their way from Adidas for not finishing a game involving me coach, my coach, M-I coach.
Me coach.
Not me, because that's Nintendo. M-I coach.
My coach? Is that an actual game?
I don't know. It's probably an Adidas brand, something or other. They probably have like a
May coach.
I don't know. Like, you know how on like my iPod Nano has like the pedometer in it, yeah, and it hooks up to Nike. It's probably something like that.
Yeah, but when was this deal formed? As my
well, we don't know because THQ never announced anything because obviously a game never got made. But I don't know. Poor THQ.
Have they filed for bankruptcy yet?
No, and then they don't go any further because they released that Nexus game that I bitched about last week. That was THQ.
Yeah. Well, that was probably already, like, super done.
It should have been because it literally looked like it took 5 minutes to build. So.
Or maybe they were building it halfway through and nope, done.
Yeah.
Print.
Send it out. We'll make $5 off of it. It's fine. Cut our losses, guys.
Yeah, that's probably the smart idea, though.
Probably. But now they're facing a giant lawsuit from Adidas because they didn't finish a game that they obviously promised to do. You know what? Just do it. Make it the worst game ever made.
No, we've tried that.
But finish it.
People have done, and this is with Adidas though. You can't mess with Adidas.
You could if you made a crap just finish the game.
But that I don't think Adidas would let them do that though.
You're contractually obligated to finish the game. They never said how good the game had to be.
Yeah, but no, I think wouldn't Adidas have the final say though?
You never know.
Depending on what kind of game this was.
I don't know what kind of game. It's obviously an exercise game. It's supposed to get you going.
I'm still on the lines of thinking that it's like it'll have like some weird U draw tablet peripheral that connects to your shoe.
We have to put this U draw thing in there somewhere. But sir, they're doing push-ups. They have to draw while they...
With your teeth.
Here's something they could get rid of all those U draw tablets with. Install the Draw Something game on the U draw tablets and send them out.
That would work really well. that wouldn't get
your
me to,
own peripheral just for Draw Something.
That wouldn't get me to play it anymore, but that might work. That's actually not a bad idea.
Sold. You're welcome, THQ.
Take our ideas.
You should watch this newscast, because...
Newscast the way you should cast.
You just got saved.
That probably might make it worse.
This game was 99 cents if we install it on all these things.
Then who's gonna bring them back?
They're already at the warehouse. No one's selling any of them. Just send them to the store and get the store to send the other ones back.
I like how we rip on the tablet every cast.
We'll find a new, horse to beat at one point. It's fine.
Horse armor.
Yeah. I know.
The you draw tablet is our horse armor.
Yeah. Either way.
Speaking of dumb decisions.
They accidentally gave me this game when I tried to get Mortal Kombat, by the way.
Oh?
I had to return my version of
yes, they did.
this to get Mortal Kombat, because I did not want this.
Not saying that this game is not bad. It's
just not my type of game.
Yes, this is more of my type of game.
This is definitely your type of game.
This is my type of game. Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out this week,
yes,
along with Mass Effect 3, if you guys don't know, because it's also a game. Street Fighter Cross Tekken is available for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 with, Xbox. The PS3 is having a little bit more exclusive characters, including like Pac-Man and Cole and so those weird like cat things from Sony Japan or whatever. But it's also getting a Vita release. It's coming out sometime in Q2.
Yes. And
that one is reported to have about like 6 extra characters just on the card. But intrepid, I guess, pirators located on the Xbox 360 disc these characters that already exist in the game, which are unlockable.
Yeah, they're not even pirates. These people spend their time combing through data.
But it's not even that. That happens all the time because we saw that thing with Mass Effect 3 with the DLC. Like on disc DLC is a. I'll be honest, it's kind of a sham.
It is because it's there already.
Depending on how it's played out.
Yeah.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken, all the characters were playable.
Yes.
Every single one of these, the Vita ones that we're getting, whatever. Capcom has come out and said that the reason why these characters are already on the disc is for compatibility issues.
But you're never. See, I could see that if it was on the PS3 disc, because are they going to be able to play together?
Which?
The Vita and the PS3?
Don't know yet.
So see, but if they could play together, I could see those characters being on a PlayStation 3 disc, so that you could access them.
But it's also on the Xbox 360 version.
Which makes 0 sense.
So, what the hell?
Is the PlayStation Vita going to hook up to my Xbox?
No, it's not going to.
No.
I really don't like this at all. And this is all side news with Mass Effect 3 with the DLC.
Yes.
Apparently that's on disc.
Yeah, From Ashes, there's a bunch of the stuff on the disc.
I don't think it's on disc. I really don't, because I was downloading that last night, and it took me a good 5-10 minutes to download this file. So I don't know where they're finding this information from, because I really think that's just like the Shadow Broker DLC. I actually had to download a 1.2 gigs of extra content to add on to my game. So I don't know where
the voice work was already done, and
the voice work was probably already done.
But see, then shouldn't the rest of it be put into the game for free after? Like that's where the thing that's where the thing really, goes
it's very touchy. The subject
where
of
if
DLC.
you're kind of working on something and you're like, okay, this is definitely going to be in the game. Let's throw it on the disc. We'll finish it after. Except instead of just giving out a free.
Now it could be a possible it could be something internal that we don't know about.
Could be.
Where it's like, you make a game, but you also have to produce X amount of DLC afterwards.
Yes.
So, just to cover and now this is what Street Fighter Cross Tekken will be, is that these characters are just going to be unlocks. Like it's like 100 kilobytes unlocks the characters.
Yeah.
But that also fills their contractual. This is DLC. We sold it as DLC. You're earning.
Right.
The developers are going to the company, going, we made you this much money in DLC.
Yeah. Because that's what they all want now.
Our contract is filled.
DLC. And we haven't talked about Bobby in a while, but Mr. Bobby Kotick.
Oh, of course. I relish the idea every time we get to talk about him.
Who, I don't know what the hell they've done with him.
The closet?
Closet with a padlock and some extra doors. I don't know, because
maybe they got him playing World of Warcraft.
His thing used to be was Activision would only start producing games if they could guarantee X amount of DLC to be sold with it. So
now there's very certain games that can be possible.
Yeah.
I.e. Rock Band, Guitar Hero, even U-Star, the movie game thing.
Yeah.
That stuff would work great.
Yeah, but that's why
DLC. But for a single player campaign and even fighting games, it's weird.
To me, DLC is. I don't know, and Mortal Kombat when they released Freddy Krueger, that was cool to me.
Yeah, that was a completely out of left field.
Yeah, because they're like, we've been working on this. Here you go, here is DLC. This was not being worked on while the game was being worked on.
Right.
This is completely.
I think
separate.
I think people have lost what DLC really should be. Is it's released a couple months down the line to reinvigorate sales.
Right.
Not to add to game content.
Yeah.
And it really depends on what kind of DLC and if it's specifically add-on content to the disc or if it's just an unlock, which is what Capcom has been doing a lot lately.
Yeah.
And I really don't like it because UMVC3 on the Vita, all the costumes and all the characters already on the card.
Yes, you just have to pay to unlock them.
It's so ridiculous. You can buy the $20 costume pack and you can see the size and it's 100 kilobytes. I'm like,
it's literally just a code to make sure that your game knows it has to unlock the game.
And I can understand, because you want to have compatibility issues with people who don't buy it.
Right.
So that you can still see the costumes, but you can't access them yourself. And that's that's still kind of shady.
But see, you could do that, but games used to do that anyways, because that's what the whole loading screens are for. So if you're playing online, their data, if they have that extra costume, is stored on your game it's in it's in memory that'll just get erased once that fight's over, right?
Or best case is you
don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it. If you don't have it, you don't see it.
Yeah.
It's not meant to, adjust the gameplay. Or just do what they do with map packs, and it's like, you don't have this map pack, you can't play with these guys.
Yes.
You can't play with these guys if it's a first-person shooter or a racing game.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that really with
Street Fighter.
With fighting games.
Because it's.
But it's like if you played any RTS game where you could install play custom maps, you'd open a custom map and it's like, oh, you don't have this custom map installed.
TF2 does that really well.
Yeah.
And that's a little different because all the maps are free.
Yes. But in this case, it would just it would just install it on your system for the time that it needs it while you're fighting this person. Once you're done fighting this person, that data leaves. We know computers do that.
It's called RAM.
Yeah.
It's called RAM.
That's
why you have more and more RAM behind your devices every year.
Yeah. So they can do stuff like that.
It's the idea of DLC is lost its meaning. Is what it is.
A lot of it has, and I mean even BioWare should have waited. And this is just me.
Well, what they should have done with the Prothean DLC is given it to everybody with a collector's edition.
Right.
And that's fine, day one, that's fine.
Yeah.
But then sold it later on, like all the other companies usually do.
Right, all of a sudden, when Batman Arkham City came out,
with the
skins.
With the skins.
Yeah, you can get the different skins. And then a few months down the road, you can just download the skins.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm down with that. But, and to me, for you guys, for the people that bought the collector's edition, it's an extra mission.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Mass Effect, I'm not all that pissed off about their DLC first day. I kind of was, but then yes, it was obviously promised with the collector's edition. So.
And that's why.
It's just an extra mission.
And again, it's back down to EA. They wanted to make money off it.
Yes, it's an extra mission that all of a sudden I can now buy if I want to in a few months. Which is fine. But yeah, when all of a sudden fighting characters are
already on your disc.
And you have to... See, that was the old thing with video games. The characters were there, and you had to play and unlock them.
Whatever happened to that?
Mortal Kombat still does it.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat does it. Capcom's been doing a piss poor job of it lately.
Super Smash Bros. Did it.
Yeah, but their unlocking was, Super Smash Bros. Does it.
But like that's what like, and then
I can't think of a Capcom game that doesn't do that.
If you wanted to add more characters, like as if the company sits there going, "Okay, guys, we can add more fighters now."
Yeah, well, no, it's all down to money now. Is what the problem is.
Yeah, so. But like all of a sudden, they can sit there and keep a smaller development team that just makes new fighters. And then release them as DLC. Off the disc, never made when the game was made kind of thing.
But then you get to the point where not everybody's going to buy the DLC.
Yeah.
For a fighting game, I can see why you would want it on the disc. Or some form of it on the disc so that if you're playing online, at least it'll filter out between players. But then you don't want to isolate that because not everyone's going to have that character.
It's
so... They'll fix it. Some company's going to come out of nowhere and solve the problem with DLC fighters on fighting games.
Someone still hasn't come out to resolve the problem with map packs costing a fortune. So.
Well, I blame Activision.
Yeah.
For that, I've never bought a map pack before.
And the Halo ones because they'll go on sale. I'll buy the Halo map packs, but they're never I think it's $800 usually for the Halo map packs.
800 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas it's 16 something for the Modern Warfare ones, and you get less maps.
You get less maps, and some of them are old maps.
And yeah, some of them are just like HD-ified maps.
What I do like about the map pack, the Halo 4 stuff, for multiplayer, all new maps.
Yes.
Completely separate from the single player.
Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant. If I spend 8 hours in a single player mission, I don't want
to see the same maps
again,
the same textures, and
I'm super excited for.
See, and I'm really hoping they continue with the waypoint stuff, where
they will.
Once you buy 4, all the maps you used to play, still there.
Oh yeah, you can count on it.
Yep.
So, you can count on it.
See, and I honestly I love that idea because now I still have all the maps from Halo,
whatever.
Yeah,
and
Reach
and if you get the Collector or Anniversary, you get those ones.
Yeah, so you get Reach and Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary and then Halo 4. All those maps, there.
I love
Great idea.
I really love that waypoint stuff. Yeah. I really do.
And then you have a company where you have your Modern Warfare with their fancy
Call of Duty
Elite thing.
Subscription service. New map packs drop every month.
Guess what, guys? Waypoint's free. And I get all my old maps. They don't have to be HD-ified or any,
I think that's really ridiculous. I would never pay... I don't understand why you would pay for a subscription for a first-person shooter.
No. The only thing I will literally pay a subscription for a video game is an MMO.
Well...
Because that goes into server maintenance cost, all that fun stuff.
Well, it depends on what the first-person shooter's like, though. Because I know... If you're really, really die hard enough, and you're gonna get the map packs anyways, and it ends up being cheaper through a subscription.
Yes.
Then that's fine. But the fact that there are also elites doing everything else, like stat tracking and weapon stats and
things that are free
clans,
on other
it did bother me because I know the Uncharted 3 Fortune Hunters Club. That's exactly what that is. It's just maps. You get bonus maps, and which are the same maps that it ends up being cheaper, is what it is.
Right.
And I'm okay with it if I really played a lot of Uncharted 3 multiplayer.
Right.
I would be fine with that. I'm not going to, so I'm obviously not a road I'm going to go down. But there are other people that will. Yeah. And that's fine because it saves them $10 or something like that.
Right, which is... that I'm okay with. As long as you don't lose the maps after you quit the service. Because that would blow.
Well, who knows what the future of Uncharted will be like. So. And, yeah, Halo does have that... the audience, the fan base for that multiplayer. That's because that's what that game is really about.
Oh yes.
Not Uncharted though. So.
No, Uncharted single.
It's hard to
Like, people
It's
say
hard to
that they
just-
play Halo for the story,
No,
but let's be honest, 1, 2, and 3, not that great a story.
3 is probably all right.
3 was, well, better.
It was all right.
Honestly, narratively wise,
No, they're all Halo.
Halo Reach and ODST, great for story.
Are they?
Because they had nothing to do with Master Chief.
I need to try them. I need to try one of those too. Maybe I'll borrow them from you.
Yes.
You know, I finally got my Xbox going, right? So.
Yeah, it's on.
Yes.
Game and move or game.
We're moving on to movie news.
And TV news.
TVs.
We have more TV news than
Yes,
we
we
have
do.
movie news.
Yes, we do.
Do you want to bring this one up?
Something we forgot to mention last week, which
Yes.
really infuriated us, which I hope you
Venom.
are. Well, it
Venom.
infuriates me and it confuses you.
It doesn't confuse. It intrigues me.
I'm so like about it. Okay, so as we talked about a couple weeks back, Sherlock is being remade on CBS, which is iffy already.
Yes.
For me, they have announced that Holmes is being played by Lucy Liu.
Not Holmes.
Oh, not
Watson.
Holmes. Watson. It says Sherlock. That's why I said that. Watson is being played by Lucy Liu, which is just doesn't make sense to me because Watson is a guy. A British guy. Martin Freeman does such a great job as Watson. It's not even funny.
See, but you can't think about the Sherlock show because this is going to be a completely different thing.
Well, I thought,
alternate universe.
But my understanding is that they saw what
Sherlock
BBC was doing, and
Yep.
they wanted to do something similar to that. They wanted to reboot Sherlock. So
Yeah, but they're going in a completely different direction.
it really depends on what the pilot is like.
Sherlock's he's got a drug problem or an alcohol problem, and
Sherlock has always had an OCD problem though, in like some form of OCD problem in
Yeah,
the
but
narrative.
this one he drinks and does drugs. So he goes to New York to get that fixed. And while he's there, he meets Watson.
Which is
Lucy Liu.
Oh man, this just makes
So to me, they're really changing up the story.
No,
But it could work as long as they don't get involved. Because Sherlock Holmes and Watson
it's gonna happen.
should not be romantically
They
involved.
always allude to it, but it never happens.
Yeah, like I don't care what you people on Tumblr think.
I'm so glad I don't follow any of those things on Tumblr.
Sherlock and Watson will never get it on.
No, that will never happen. They always allude to it, never happens though. So, I think it will.
It will if Lucy Liu's involved.
How can you not? It's Lucy Liu. I'm not saying she's not ugly. She's attractive.
Yeah.
So, and have they even said who's playing Sherlock?
No,
So-
they've cast Lucy. Maybe it'll be a chick.
Oh, I don't want to watch Charlie's Angels.
Drew Barrymore as Sherlock Holmes.
It already worked so well the first 2 times, and that TV show is just not helping it.
TV show?
Yeah, there's
I know.
Charlie's. Oh no, I don't want. Let's not talk about the Charlie's
No.
Angels TV show.
The old one was good.
Yeah, that was amazing. So, there's not that works for a different reason though.
So this kind of I kind of
But
like
doesn't-
the whole. It's like the ultimate version of Sherlock, like Ultimate Universe Sherlock Holmes, where they switch everything up.
I'm very weary about it. I don't.
Everybody is going to be your basic crime drama, but
It's what it is.
with a British guy as the lead guy. That's
So-
the lead.
As long as they Smallville it, I think is probably the best way to do it. Like
Maybe.
like veer off, like start like where the story starts and then veer off completely away from it.
Go so far away from Sherlock that everybody's like, this is good! Like,
And then for some reason it just
trick them.
Yeah.
Trick everybody.
Sherlock, backwards Sherlock. I don't know. It's already backwards enough with Watson as a girl. Come
We
on.
call it Watson. There's a show.
Oh, twist. Yeah, Watson's the lead.
Yeah.
Actually, not minute that.
See? But she's a chick.
Because Watson, the archetype is pretty interesting by himself.
Herself.
Itself. Weird.
Other TV news.
And other TVs, a franchise that you hold near and dear to your heart, and which released new content.
Trailers.
New bits
Public
for-
trailers.
Yeah.
Finally.
How
Because there's some trailers, but they were not supposed to be consumed by the public.
those cameras from Comic-Con.
What
is it?
Ultimate Spider-Man is coming to Disney XD April 1st.
I'm super excited.
I don't know what that means for everybody in Canada, but...
We'll never get it. It's like FX, come on.
We get FX.
Do we really get FX?
If
FX Canada.
FX Canada, if you have a certain cable subscriber person thing.
Which one?
I don't know, but it's not mine, and I don't think it's TELUS. Oh, no, maybe it's TELUS. Maybe TELUS has it? I don't know.
I want to watch my Archer. That's what I forgot.
I want to watch American Horror Story.
Ooh.
That's like that show that launched the FX channel in the States.
I want to see.
And it's supposed to be amazing.
I bet it's really good.
Now, I do have a Disney XD channel on my Xbox.
So it's maybe... How does that work though on the Xbox? Is you just play the clips and it just goes?
I don't know because I haven't watched. There's no shows on there that I actually want to watch because they're all meant for like 5-year-olds and not like good animated shows that are meant for 5-year-olds. They're the bad ones.
We can try at least, see if it's like a full 20-minute episode.
I don't know. I'll check it out at some point.
Yeah. So the clips are out there.
Yeah, the clips are there. You can find them.
What really like gets my attention is that the fact that they're really tying it in with the Avengers stuff. Because there's bunches, like, there's a lot of pictures of Nick Fury and Captain America and Iron Man. Like, I secretly would want it to work together. Like, I would want Spider-Man Earth's Greatest Heroes.
Yeah.
That would be just perfect because that cartoon series is... that's amazing.
I think the animation styles don't quite mix. And that would be your biggest issue combining.
Yeah, because Earth's Mightiest Heroes, it's a little bit more realistic, is what it is. And Ultimate Spider-Man is a little bit more cartoony.
Yeah. Well, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's always been a little cartoony, but...
J.K. Simmons is JJ.
Yep.
Agent Coulson is the guy that plays Agent Coulson.
We should really know his name.
It's Agent Coulson. That's all you need to know.
Does he look like Agent Coulson from the movies too?
I don't know. They haven't showed any pictures of him, so...
And Nick Fury looks like Nick Fury from the movie, so no word yet if it's Samuel L. Jackson.
Not sure.
That would seal the deal. Honestly, that would just...
Cartoon show with him in it.
And then like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Tony Stark.
If they did like cameos for the movie or something.
That would, and then Chris Hemsworth as
Maybe
Thor.
That's how they tie in the cameo in the movie.
That'll never. You are thinking, no, it's not. No, it's not. Don't believe him. It's not. That's not it.
No, it's not. But
it is definitely not. So when is this coming out? Anyways?
April 1st.
April Fools.
I would fly down to Disney and punch someone so hard it wouldn't even be funny.
It'd be funny because then like April Fools, April 2nd. Because while you're flying on the plane, you can't watch it, and then I'll watch it because I really want to see this.
The TV's on the planes now. I don't know because I watched 19 Kids and Counting the one time.
Oh boy!
That was the only thing on.
Oh boy! I watched Game of Thrones when I went to Hong Kong.
I was watching the Food Network and then it cut out because we've obviously hit airspace where they couldn't get the Food Network. So I'm like, fine. So I switched to TLC and 19 Kids and Counting was on.
I'm sorry.
No one should have to be subjected to that.
I would.
But it's like a car accident. You can't. Can't look away.
Where's the hand drill to what's that thing called? Whatever.
Lobotomy.
Well, lobotomize yourself.
Yep.
Chicken, please.
The best part about that show that I watched that one time though, like on that plane, was they had like a Q&A, so people emailed them asking them like, questions like how can you live like this, what's wrong with you people, that kind of stuff. So that's the only reason that I was like actually entranced by the show, because I'm like, I need to know your answers. How do you someone's like, what do you think about your carbon footprint? And they're like, we only put what's the carbon footprint?
American answer.
Yeah. And you're like, so you are just like other Americans. I don't know. It's weird to me, but at the same time,
bad show.
It's important. Okay, that kind of stuff shouldn't be on TV. People can do it. They can have as many kids as they please. Just stop putting that stuff on TV.
Don't force it down your throat.
TLC is the crazy channel now.
Oh, it's always been the crazy channel for me.
Oh no! They used to have like trading spaces where you do each other's rooms.
Oh, that's right.
That was sensible and fun and heartwarming. And then all of a sudden it was like Kate and John and whatever. John and Kate plus 8 started.
No, that.
And it was like, what is this crazy people? They had a ton of kids. Congratulations. We can all do that.
I'm kind of glad that I never grew up with that kind of stuff. I always watched normal TV shows, normal people shows.
I watched Full House.
Full House is amazing.
Heck yeah. See? There's a show with a bunch of kids in a house, but it's good.
Steve Urkel.
Oh, Urkel. He's like handsome now.
He's always been though. Remember that weird that weird doppelganger episode?
Yeah. Well, see, but he wasn't like handsome. Now he's like you would not even recognize him as Urkel kind of handsome. Like it's just like whoa. Mm-hmm. You know the cereal spitting meme? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He'll never get a date. Like that kind of actually shocking.
Yep. Speaking of shocking, well, for you, I'm neutral towards it. I will see.
I still want to know how they're going to pull this off.
Venom is getting his own movie from I guess Sony's decided to do it. Will it be tying in with the Amazing Spider-Man, you think?
You know what?
That's a thought. It's a possibility.
That's my only thing is you're going to have a really brief cameo with
Eddie Brock, at least, at the very least.
I'm thinking you'll see the symbiote more than you'd see Eddie Brock.
Wait, if he cameos in the Amazing Spider-Man?
You'll hear something about the symbiote because Connors and Richard Parker work together as scientists. Yeah. So I'm thinking you might see more of a symbiote suit testing something or other.
I would almost go even before that and show Peter Parker and Eddie Brock going fisticuffs oh yeah, well I'm the better photographer than you or whatever like that.
But see, he's not working at the Daily Bugle.
Not in the movie.
Yeah.
But they could still cross paths somewhere.
See,
or have them show up or them reference them oh we've got this really shitty photographer.
In the Ultimate Comics, which is kind of what they're going off of, Eddie Brock's dad and Peter Parker's dad were working on a suit that could cure cancer. Mm-hmm. And that's what the symbiote was. And Spider-Man found it and does the whole Black Spider-Man, yada, 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 yada. Mm-hmm. Eddie Brock finds out and gets pissed because he thinks that they should keep going with the suit project. Peter Parker says, no, we have to destroy it because it's evil and it's, not what our parents thought it was going to be because the government was trying to turn it into a military thing. So that's why I'm thinking, Peter when he's walking around somewhere, or looking through his dad's stuff.
It'll show a clip of it.
You might see something like Symbiote Project or something like that. Yeah. And then maybe Eddie Brock could be a character, if Peter Parker's a junior. Yeah. He could be a senior at this high school, and could have an issue.
Maybe he's beating him up in the trailer, not Flash.
No, because he's already been cast. That guy's been cast as Flash. So.
Is he? Okay, never mind.
But maybe they can have some kind of conflict. I don't know, because obviously
they can't introduce him. Obviously.
No, they can't. And if they're going to have a Venom movie, are you going to have Spider-Man in it? No.
Yes. Yeah, I would almost say yes, but this is so early in development that they're just saying that yes, we're going to do this. It's hard for them to write. It's because it's Sony, right? It's not.
And it's Venom.
Well, Sam Raimi's last minute aside, we're not gonna avoid that. We're gonna avoid that
I can avoid that all. Yeah. I can avoid that entire movie.
I've forgotten that scene already. It was that brief. Yeah. It's what that is. Boils down to, and Topher Grace, no, no. You need a beef guy.
You need someone who can actually play football.
You need a butch guy to play Eddie Brock. Is what you need.
That's the whole point of the Venom costume actually bulking up.
Yeah, it's muscle. It's a little bit of muscle. It's not just
I want to be strong, so my costume makes me hulkingly big.
Yeah, no. Who do you think would be Brock? I don't know. It's
hard to say without knowing what kind of story they're going with. Because if it's going to be a high school kid, then it's just got to be a football jock. If they're going with a,
futuristic down the line.
That's the
I really think it should tie in with Amazing Spider-Man. Is what is my final impression. My initial impressions of this is that.
See, in the Eddie Brock, Venom doesn't really get interesting for a really long time in the comics because he was just that blabbering idiot. That's why I never liked him as a villain. He was not smart. And it always pissed me off because Spider-Man's like, how does I beat you? Why is you beating me so bad? Seriously, carry some symbols around with you. Psh, done.
Well, I mean,
Bad guy beat.
The one advantage is because he can't sense them. That's advantage, right?
I know, but still,
He's
if
not
you know
gonna
Venom, if
he's
you
not
know
gonna
Venom,
carry a lighter on him all the time.
if you know Venom's around somewhere,
You don't know. He doesn't know. That's the point of the whole.
no, but like,
symbiote
okay,
weapon.
Venom comes in a taxi, escape, run to a bell tower, knock it. Like, that's my thing. Venom has never been an overly great villain to me. Carnage was cool because Carnage was a pyromaniac.
Maybe it's Carnage.
Stuck inside, like, who gets a symbiote power and goes evil, so he's already nuts.
Maybe Venom's because Venom's been known to be good.
Yes.
So maybe it's Carnage.
Maybe they'll do a Carnage movie.
Venom and Carnage.
Yeah.
Because they've been talking about a Carnage movie forever.
So, and then as people, because it's not just Eddie Brock who gets the symbiote on him.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
like
people.
Venom moves from person to person and eventually moves back to Eddie Brock in the comics, but like in the 616 comics.
Yeah, Venom's a bit of a whore.
He kind of is. The symbiote's really a whore. But people do gain control of it as the comics progress, so all of a sudden he does become more of a character other than just this beast hellbent on kicking Spider-Man's butt. So all of a sudden there is someone inside the costume who can think and control it and do things. And yeah, him and Spider-Man have teamed up before.
Yeah, like they've been known to.
Yeah. Venom has his own line of comics. Like there has been short lines of Venom
I've read them before.
Yeah.
Where he was kind of like a Punisher vigilante.
Yeah, he's just not my favorite character.
I think I like him only just because he's a little bit more dynamic in terms of his powers and.
He's Spider-Man.
But he's got Venom. He's got symbiote power. He's better than Spider-Man technically.
He's not, because Spider-Man always wins.
Well, Spider-Man dies.
Because Spider-Man has his brain. Spider-Man didn't die by Venom.
He died.
How did he die again? That was a really big fight. That was dumb too. You got
which Spider-Man? 616 or
616. Ultimate Spider-Man.
I only know the Ultimate one.
Ultimate Spider-Man died with Green Goblin.
Yeah, he got his brain bashed in.
Actually, the Punisher killed him in that one.
In the 616?
No, in the Ultimate version. It's very convoluted.
So wait, so
Punisher shot him.
Oh god.
And he died of internal bleeding.
Oh right. And then he. Either way.
616. I forgot how he died, but his body ended up like in a morgue somewhere, and Mary Jane was all like, "Oh my god, I want to see him!" So she goes in, and his body had like burst open, like it was a husk or something. And then he had made himself a web cocoon, and he came out of it again as Peter Parker, but with extra like.
That's just weird. That's just an excuse to keep the 616 line going.
So all of a sudden his back was sticky too.
Cool.
Because arachnids are known to carry like their children on their back.
Cool.
So that's what he ends up. There's a building and he jumps in and he sticks a kid to his back and jumps out. So he had both of his hands while he was climbing.
That's handy.
And I'm like, you have to kill him off to give him a power like that? Really?
Wasn't there that one comic book character that like he had random powers, but you could also like kill him, and he would come back with a random power?
There's so many stupid things that come out. I don't know. Comics can get a certain like they get a little era or they get a line there where you're just like, can we pretend that never happened? And then the next writer comes in and they're like, we're gonna pretend that never happened. Retconned.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
And I hate retcons, but
that's one of the worst things that happens with
time
comics.
bullets.
Time bullets?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Let's not talk about time bullets.
But that's how Captain America came back. He was shot with a time bullet. Duh.
Yeah, like of course everyone knows that.
Duh. Time bullets. They were just waiting for Bush to get voted out. That's what the time bullet was.
Dumb. Site news?
Getting there.
Sunday?
What did you do Sunday?
Worf. Star Trek.
Oh, yes. Poor man.
Oh, so... I never really noticed this before watching this Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Worf gets shot down a lot. Every one of his ideas.
Maybe we should do... No. Maybe we should... No.
No. My recommendation is to fire torpedoes. No.
Put up the shields and run. What?
Oh, but Captain. Yeah, poor Worf. I never realized that. There's a clip of that, and it's like 5 minutes long of just him being rejected over and over and over again. I'm surprised he didn't snap more
Yeah,
often.
like I would have literally shot up that entire place. We should go to the Calgary Comic-Con and ask something like that.
What does it feel like to be shot down
Constantly
every day? Like during the shoots. And you were in both Star Treks. You were in Deep Space Nine. That's the one where it was a space station, right? I don't know. The one where you were on the space station.
Which I know of Next Generation. I've seen a couple movies of Next Generation.
The one Star Trek where you were on that space station and it was really, really bad. And as I'm holding my lightsaber.
No, the one. Star Wars rules.
Force power. Okay. Take my lightning bolt tips. So yeah, I found that and I was like, I don't even watch Star Trek and I like this.
Yeah, like it was comical. Like, how about we no? How about we no?
But I believe that this would be the fastest way. No.
No, it's not. Don't be stupid. Go back to your hole.
There's literally like the bits and pieces where like, that's a really dumb idea, Worf. That's what they say.
Yeah, like they literally are not.
They literally put
back.
him down. I'm like, oh, poor Worf.
2 extra votes for that.
You're numbering.
I'm adding.
Oh shit.
Here we go, everybody. Numbers.
Live checking. Live numbers.
Live number checking. Searching for pages. Barrel roll news. Getting some numbers. I can talk about. I reviewed Harvest Moon on Tuesday while I look for the results for Monday.
It is a Harvest Moon game, I hear.
It is a Harvest Moon game. What do you know?
You grow plants and you get it on with the other gender.
Yes.
Has it changed any? Is there any new dynamics that I should be known about?
There's the two-town thing that was...
There's a horse. There's horses now.
There's llamas.
Oh, that's a good addition. Llama edition.
It's better than the ostrich edition in the Wii game.
But I want my ostrich eggs.
You can get ostriches and you can ride the ostrich. No, it's a Harvest Moon game. If you like Harvest Moon...
You will like this game.
Honestly, yes. If you like Harvest Moon, get this game. If you've heard about Harvest Moon, like I said in my review, if you've heard of Harvest Moon and you want to play it, like you want to step up from something like, let's say, Farmville, which isn't a real game.
It's not a game at all.
Owned. So yes, if you want to move into the real video game spectrum, this is a good game to do it in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a pretty simple game. They explain everything to you. If you're a veteran of the series, they let you skip it. Like, you want to know how to plant the plants? No, I'm good. Okay.
When are they going to put multiplayer in Harvest Moon games?
There is a multiplayer in the 3DS version. I didn't talk about it because I obviously didn't.
Yeah, you don't have
play
anybody to...
But you get a plot of dirt.
And you just work together to...
Yes, that you can both...
That's neat.
You can both plant stuff. And the Street Pass thing...
Did you find anybody else?
No. But...
Damn it. Because I still run into people with that game.
The Street Pass... Well, I don't go out. The Street Pass thing, to me, is weird because, like, I'll put something in there, and it trades automatically with whoever I pass. Like, if I pass someone with the game.
And they've set the same up as well.
So, if I put, like, a rock in mine, and they put something...
Gold cord.
Yeah, something that's worth $8 bajillion in theirs, I get wicked money, they get a rock.
There's no, like, filter on that?
No. That's how it works. You trade. But then, I think the way it works is all of a sudden I'll have the gold corn in mine. Let's say we're using the gold corn as an example. I could pass someone else who has a rock. So the rock would go from, like I'd give this guy the rock, he'd give me the corn, and then I passed another guy, and we would trade.
Oh, so it doesn't turn off once you've traded once?
No, I don't think so. So I think that's kind of like...
Tricky.
It would be cool if you were in, like...
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, if you were in a really populated place, I'm not sure if it just trades once or if it would literally just keep bouncing. Like, I would hope it would just keep bouncing because that would be stupidly fun. Get home.
You would think...
past 12 people playing Harvest Moon.
Okay, so now maybe a way to fix the whole, like, you trade the items. Yeah. How about it just gives the person you pass a copy of that item? It might. That would be the balanced way of doing that.
It might do that too. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't passed anybody using it, so.
That would be the way to do it.
The only thing about this game is it is a DS game that they put on to the 3DS.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
Well, it is. It's
Oh,
like there's
it's
literally a DS version and a 3DS version of this game.
Oh.
So the graphic, like when we started our separate blogs before we, smartened up and made one. I reviewed Harvest Moon on the DS because I was stupidly stoked, and they used the Game Boy Advanced graphics on the 3DS.
Ooh.
They literally took game,
there's no,
moved it up, and you could like wash your cow, and that was really pretty. And then you went back to the game, and you're like, this looks
like garbage.
It looked good on the Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah, but that's like this big. The screen was like that big.
It did not look good moving over to the... So this game looks like it should on the DS, which really excites me because on the 3DS, we can get something that looks like the N64's Harvest Moon, which was an absolutely gorgeous...
Yeah.
Like if... polished Harvest Moon N64 game would
It could almost even look like the ones on the Wii.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah,
well
so...
done, dude.
Anywho.
Yes.
Cats versus dogs.
I think dogs are cool.
That's my terribly
formed sentence of the day.
Dogs won by 3 votes.
That's close. Closer than I thought it would.
The Tumblr people like cats.
Really? Why does that not surprise me?
I like both. Like I think a house with a dog and a cat work fine.
No, cats are lazy.
But that's why you have a dog.
Why not? If our cats are just lazy, I'll just cut my loss and then just have the Who dogs.
Then you have 2 energy balls of death.
Fucking awesome. I mean, effing awesome. I mean, whatever.
Yay! I don't censor anything anymore. If they catch us, I'll start censoring stuff.
We've evolved. Yeah,
no,
dogs are amazing.
I love dogs. I love cats though. Cats have a different purpose.
I like cuddling something, and you can't cuddle a cat.
No, cats come to you when they want to.
Screw that.
Dogs come to you all the time. Cats are. That's why I like cats though, because you're sitting on the couch and a cat comes up and it's like, "You may pet me now," and you're like, but you never think that way when you own a cat, because the pet comes up and it's like, "Pet me," and you're like, "Oh, you want to be petted? You never want to be petted, pet."
I
lost the pen.
Just because you got petted by... You were petting a cat.
Petting a cat.
Apparently. I like dogs better, because they...
Oh, better I like dogs.
I want a big dog.
Like Great Dane. You want a Scooby-Doo?
Ruffle. I want them to solve crimes for me at the expense of Scooby snacks.
Ruffle. No, I like dogs, but honestly, like, I would have both. If I were living with someone that liked cats. And cats, honestly, if you are a busy person, great pet.
Oh yeah, because like...
Self-sufficient like nobody's business.
They will eat anything.
But
if they can eat it, they will eat it.
But no, like you leave food out, and they'll be like, "Okay, I'm good for now."
And then
like we used to go away on holidays for
like... Did you have a cat?
Yeah, we used to have a cat.
Yeah.
We'd go away, this was ages ago, you'd go away for the weekend or something, and you'd leave the food out, and you'd leave a ton of water, and your neighbor would come over just to make sure that, the cat hadn't flipped the water bowl over and was, dehydrated. But that's all you needed. Like, the cat was just like, I have the house to myself. This is perfect. This is great.
It super baffles me when like, people use these advanced, like, I will feed... It's an automatic cat feeder.
Oh, yeah, no, that's just dumb. Cats don't need that.
It's like this giant thing, and it's like, I don't get it.
And cat presses the button, food comes out, or the... Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's over-pampering your cat.
I do like... They do make, like, the water things that you can have, like the Culligan water things. Yeah. They make something like that for, like, animals. Yeah. So you can get, like, it's a mini Culligan thing.
Well, it's pretty much like a giant version of those hamster bottles.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Those I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Food should be like with a dog, should be regulated, and a cat honestly will just keep eating, munching. So if the food bowl's empty, you can fill it and it won't be gone for the next 3 days. Like, cats are so easy. Whereas a dog, you're going away for 3 days, you have to arrange someone to take the dog. You have to do like, there's, like as a kid, I'm sitting there going, why do people have so much problems with dogs? Like, you have to go to the kennel or you have to take it with some... Cats, it's just like, we're going for 3 days. Put some food out. Bye.
Okay, thanks, bye.
And the cat's like, yes, they're gone.
So yeah, Wednesday.
Rage Stashed comics.
I like those.
The Rubik's Cube one was insane.
I like it when people do that with art.
Yeah.
Like bobby pins and Rubik's Cubes.
And then I had the nerd guy on his computer, and I just thought that was a good one for extra hump day humor because it was on Facebook. So, girl like my status, she wants me.
I was reading Explosion comics.
Yeah.
There's one that's like, man, I ran into all these green lights when I was on my way home. Oh man, someone up there must really like you. And it's like this. In the next panel is this fat guy on the computer. You will love me someday.
Thursday we obviously did nothing.
Yeah. Well, we'll throw something because Uncharted's done somewhere.
I was gonna review something else too. Oh well, it's gone now. It'll come back to me. And today you reviewed
Rio. It's the next. It's the not Mexican, Brazilian bird movie. I like it.
I thought I found
cute.
it enjoyable.
It was cute. It suffers with a problem like as all these other kid movies where like archetype evil person get away, the hero becomes betters himself. That's the only fault about it. You can see it coming when the movie starts.
I did enjoy the relationship between the white woman, the Hispanic man, and the black child, though. Let's get all the races together.
It's putting them. Yes, it's multicultural.
Very multicultural.
At the very end. super not weird, guys.
Not at all. And Tracy Morgan, I thought was great as that dog.
Oh man, him and whatever Lopez.
George Lopez is the toucan.
I as weird as it sounds to see like these actors stereotyped into these even kid roles where anybody could have played the role. They still get that guy to play.
George Lopez does a lot of voice work.
He does do a lot of voice work.
He was in the Smurfs. He was Beverly Hills Chihuahua. He was in this movie.
Who watched Beverly Hills Chihuahua though?
5-year-olds.
Sorry.
People who like chihuahuas.
I liked using chihuahuas as football practice.
Oh.
Hey, if you're not selling me my tacos, I don't care.
I like them in my tacos.
This just got really weird.
Chihuahua.
I'm going to need the bigger box.
Well, Anne Hathaway was.
Yeah, she was Jewel.
She was Jewel.
Those birds look really good.
Yes, they did.
They did a very good job on the birds. I said this in my review. If I had seen this in 3D, and it would probably be.
It would have worked in 3D.
It would have worked really well because there's a lot of times where the camera pans out and you can see all of Brazil, and then it would look really really good because then you can see the bird flying and then it would one of those movies that if you can see it in 3D.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yep, he played the guy Social Network, the guy from Social Network.
He played Blue.
Yep.
I thought he had a really good parrot voice.
Yeah, that's
like it's just his regular voice, but it made the domesticated parrot that everybody he wants a cracker.
He's very nervous about it.
But he just kind of has that voice that you'd expect to come.
It's very frantic. It's very frantic.
Yeah.
It's very frantic.
It worked.
Pulls out very well. When the toucans came in, oh man, I loved all that.
Yeah.
Those were funny.
Jamie Foxx, I'm never really a fan of. He was the tiny Tweety bird, and Will I Am is the fat.
Yeah, the red, whatever. Yeah. The sparrow thing.
The giant fat sparrow thing.
I like the villain. I can't remember his name now.
No, I can't remember his name either.
But his Nigel is his character's name. The cockatoo.
Yeah.
Cockatrice. I thought that was a super interesting character.
Cannibal cockatoo.
So weird.
No, it was.
There was an Angry Birds reference in there somewhere. If you didn't catch it,
I did. I was kind of looking the whole time, and I mean, some of the birds they did try to make resemble the
But there's a scene where the cockatrice throws the bird at a pile of buildings, and he was in the ball of in the little circle. It was really. I saw that and I was like, I can't really get angry at that because it's cute.
There's another Angry Birds game coming out.
I know, space.
Yeah.
Not even a little interested. So I can fling the birds even farther.
Essentially, it's like, does gravity not work? Then how are the buildings there? And wouldn't the pigs just float away?
They're strapped down. Oh. I can get from a kiss from a rope. So that's our movie. That's it for this week, I guess.
Yes, I was gonna say because tomorrow's Saturday and we do something Saturdays, but it's this.
Yes, it's this one. We're looking into the future. It's like Spaceballs. Well, what's happening now? Then. It's then is now. But what's happening now is then. But what are we doing now?
We need another camera for that to work. That gag to work.
It's done already.
No,
now it's in the past. No, it's
What?
not. What that? That's just that. Right now.
Oh, Mel Brooks.
I missed that movie a lot. So that's it.
Yes, that is it.
Come back next time. Unless there's something. I don't think that we have any dying news to break.
No.
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 I can't think of anything. Can you think of anything?
I can't think of
Okay.
it. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Sam.
Music? No. Your fact check.
Check your fat.
You
Oh, cookie.
facts. They're probably a little dried out. They weren't really
No,
covered.
these ones are. Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going. Oh.
My youth! My youth!
Do you want one?
No, I'm good. Split screen co-op. It says it right there.
Oh, no, you can pre-order it. I'm gonna put it in behind it.
I love how we keep playing games made by companies that are normally good companies. Like the last one we played was by an actual company. Wasn't it Bethesda? Again?
What are we talking about?
The last game we played for our bottom of the barrel thing.
We played. It's from Square Enix.
No, it wasn't Square.
No, Square Enix. Yeah, Dungeon Siege.
That wasn't Square. That
That
was
was-
another one.
No.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it was published by Square then, but not developed by Square.
Yeah, because it was another company. Like, who was making the South Park game?
Bethesda?
Yeah. Was it
No.
Bethesda? No. Because it
No.
was whoever was making that new South Park RPG.
Obsidian.
That's the one.
Oh yeah. That was really strange.
Obsidian Entertainment.
That's very strange.
Look, I can get Square Enix members.
I need that.
Okay.
No, I really don't. I only registered one game.
I don't even know what it is. I have like
It's like
hundreds of these.
think of it like really shitty Nintendo Club points, except you don't even get points.
Oh, but I like
you
points.
And you don't get rewards. It's just
Points
like,
make me feel special.
you don't. It's avatar stuff like for.
How to connect to Xbox Live.
Oh shit! Now I know.
Broadband router.
Broad.
Accepting quests.
Select a hunt cooperatively on one display. Now we know. There's no pictures of the costume. I'd like to think that this is a decent game.
I'm gonna try it before we actually play it, but
Where are you from? Oh shit.
and Nier, I am
Oh, that's good. That's a good game.
well for the price I got it for,
Which was like $5.
somewhere in there.
Well, no, this is a good game. You just got a message.
I do.
Your side project?
I was just upset with Jessica.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Something else?
No, just the way she was acting.
Oh. Yeah, I don't understand that. Oh man, I can get Canaan Lynch too.
Really?
It's like I have it.
I have too, so I played it yet.
It's good. It's a very good game. talks, by the way.
Yay.
It's like the first thing that happens. One of the first things that happens. You have the book that talks back to you.
Nothing is as it seems. Uncover the truth behind the world of Nier through dozens of side quests and multiple endings. Discover and master 30 unique upgradable weapons and 8 powerful magic spells.
At least people don't go like, up more than 20 weapons. How many weapons are there? 21. I hate that about advertising.
Customize your character's magic skills and weapons with the power of 120 words.
Oh, so at least they're accurate about it. Is there downloadable content for more word? Yes, there is.
Of course there's DLC.
Square Enix.
It's like a requirement.
No, not really.
Yeah, nowadays it is.
I respect a game that does not need downloadable content.
Every game has downloadable content.
Yeah, it's...
Even if they're never going to have downloadable content, they're still going to put that on their box.
PS3 is pretty good at not putting it on their boxes.
What doesn't have DLC though? Everything has DLC.
All other games don't have DLC.
Everything has DLC. Even the shittiest games have DLC. It gets taken off really quick, but they have DLC. I'm watching the Loading Ready Run guys play X-Men Destinies.
Isn't that the not good one?
Yeah.
Obsidian, right? No, not Obsidian.
Silicon Knights.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The guys that did Eternal Darkness.
Darkness.
And the 2 amazing games they've made, and then none after that.
Yeah. We made Eternal Darkness. What else? Well, we made some.
We did Metal Gear. That was pretty good. You guys like Metal Gear, right?
We didn't make that one though. We just kind of redid it.
Very well.
Yeah, they did a good job of it. But... Good. Oh, what day is it?
29th.
29th? My March went by quick.
Time travel. Zumba?
Roomba.
No. I would totally... If I were a cat, I would totally ride those. I'd be like,
cat.
This is my throne.
Move!
This is my throne. It's
get
mobile.
Just get a bunch of them. Tape them all together.
You could probably do that.
Except they'd go wherever the hell they wanted to. All of them. There's something in my way on that side, so they're all just like trying to go out. It's just like, why is you not moving? You're just vibrating.
You're not even moving, you're weighing it down. Worst back rub ever. What's up?
It's a new kind of music, sitting on Roombas, as it tries to move.
Man, we can make a CD out of that.
Yep. Hey, they can release some music.
Mixillions.
We good to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.